Are we going live or am I glitching again?
No, we're going live. Adverts are up.
Or am I glitching again?
I didn't press the button. I didn't press the button. You can't even swear at me yet, Chris. I pressed the button.
And he glitched out.
He's glitched out. No. Typical. Tim was like, "Yeah, mate, I've got this new Wi-Fi cable from work. It's amazing. It's brilliant. All the rest of it. Which I'll run it tonight." And he just keeps glitching. So he'll probably be in and out throughout the night. But anyway, while we wait for him to get back, a massive thank you for everybody that's here tonight. Really, really appreciate your support and all the rest of it. Steve W has become a channel member this evening as well. So thank you to you, sir. We really, really appreciate that. I missed last week. As a lot of you are aware, just a bit of trouble going on upstairs, which leads me to just remind everybody it is Men's Mental Health Month for the whole month. So if you are going through a little bit of stuff, be you male or female, remember there's tons of people you can reach out to, talk to. If you're one of these people that when you get down, all you want to do is be left alone and just have a bit of quiet time. Just let your friends know as well as, just so everybody's not worrying. But massive thank you to everybody that's messaged me over the last couple of weeks. It has been emotional, to say the least. So up on screen tonight, to come back with an absolute bang, we have up in front Tim Baxter Scorpions. And coming up the rear, as always, we have Chris Zibble Wheel.
No pun intended, Chris.
What?
Doesn't matter.
I do apologise if you can hear our Leo tonight. He's had a bit of a day. So yeah, he's had about 100 meltdowns today. So I am fully expecting to hear a few screams coming from the other room as he has yet another one. But anyway, we shall shoulder on. How you getting on then, Tim? Tim. You all right?
And I'm glitching already. Well, that lasted long, didn't it? I'm doing all right, mate. Yeah, busy, very busy. There ain't enough hours in the day.
So since the last live, what have you been doing to that shed of yours?
Yes.
The shed, Tim, the shed. Your scorpion shed. Sometimes it all goes really well, and other times it doesn't.
The funny part is,
we will aim to entertain you no matter what goes on.
Sorry.
What, Chris?
Carry on.
We will aim to entertain you no matter what goes on. If you remember last time, we had a few issues, but he's got this new super cable, and he was like, "Scott, I've got a new super cable from work. A lad at work in the IT department gave it me. Can we do another live?" And I was like, "Most definitely." 2 minutes in, I'm glitching again. Again.
I was saying, before you came in, we both were obviously in backstage, and It was working fine, and literally about 2 minutes before you joined, it started glitching.
One of the kids has probably hooked up to the Wi-Fi and just sent it a bit
Your magic
too
trick.
lally.
What
Chris
would I do
doing
a
magic trick.
Poof, a magic trick. Okay, there's Tim.
Oh.
Tim, who's hooked up to your Wi-Fi? That's not supposed to be hooked up to your Wi-Fi.
Yeah, nobody's on the
Scott's
Wi-Fi.
convinced.
I'm so glad I've spent all this extra money on sorting the Wi-Fi out. Hull it's got one company, and that is it. We have Kingston Communications, and we are held to ransom. We can't get BT or anything in this lousy city. That's it. We've just got one internet provider. And it's the only place in the UK that does that. Yep, we can't even shop around.
So, Tim, we have from Greg, 8 legs, 4 wheels. Greg, how's Rachel doing now? More importantly than anything else that's going on at the moment, how is she now? I hope she's improved since the other day. Fingers crossed. But Greg says, one question: one species of scorpion, hot or not, that you don't have that you really want to bring into the UK hobby.
One scope I'd like to see more of is definitely the Epistothalmus glabifrons, which I am currently trying to breed at the minute. If I manage to crack this, I'll be the first person to breed them in captivity, but it's a big ask. Yeah, there's just literally nothing on them. The tricolour burrowing scorpions, they do come on the market occasionally, but I've not seen any for years and years and years. I'd love to see more of those readily available.
Have you got you? So you've got them in your collection right now?
Yes.
How mobile are you to show Greg?
Greg's already seen. Well, Greg provided the mail, believe it or not.
Did he?
Yes,
wow.
He did. Yes.
Wow, what a dude!
Greg's seen him. Oh, Greg's seen him.
Wow. Any chance we can show them to the rest of the chat? These are going to be scorpions that you've got behind you, Tim. That everybody in chat is probably not likely to see, including myself and Chris. 8 legs only, new channel member. Thank you, Christian.
Is that the ones you showed me, Tim?
Yeah, there's quite a few in here now. Right, let's have a look. See if I can get hair out.
What are you getting out, Tim? The big question: how many scorpions do you reckon you've got in total?
Probably a couple of hundred, I'd say. Maybe 250, something like that.
And the big plan is just to make more available. Jeremy's Wild World. Jeremy, you must know Jeremy for the True Spider Breedings. Says, Tim, that shed looks amazing.
Yeah, now she's hissing.
It did. Watching the whole build and seeing all the photographs that you've done about the shed looked absolutely awesome, and the amount of work that went into it is just. Oh, she is a beauty. Chris said for Wi-Fi, Christopher Cunningham said get a Starlink by Elon Musk. They're meant for rural areas, but it might help you boost.
And he glitched out. He needs a Starlink now.
For anyone that's going to Bristol, you see Tim, just remember to wind him up about his internet.
John has gifted 5 memberships, and 8 legs 4 only joined the membership.
Thank you very much, Christian.
And John gifted 5 of them. Just
did he? Who did they go to?
Yeah.
Right, the membership.
This is going to get real tiresome real quick.
Gone to Aaron, Aruna, which is Claire, Anton, Christopher, and Ben. Are you back, Tim?
Yeah.
Oh, Amy's also been a channel member for 5 months. Says, hi, Scott and Chris. Osman has been a member for 5 months. Says, evening, crazy people. Mike Starr, channel member for 4 months. Tim, I love the shed. You've given me some great ideas. Tron gifted 5 memberships, and so did Mike Stark as well. Guys, thank you so much, and congratulations to the guys that have just got those memberships. If you have got a membership, email Luke over at Spar Spiders, and he will then give you a 15% discount on his stand and his online. My wife has just become a level 2 member. Tara, that's like my money. She bought you. Oh, she's paying. She was level 1, but she's just upgraded herself. Thank you. It's pretty good though, isn't it, Tim? When you've got your wife's blessing. Do you know what I mean?
Oh hell yeah. She was strong-armed into it, but I think she'd agree now. It's doing well.
That fan funding, Chris, I can't. It's not coming up on my end for some reason.
Sorry,
I said, do you know when people gifted those memberships? Then it's not coming up on my end. I've just purely got chat only.
Same with me. I'm using my YouTube open on another screen.
That's what I've got on my phone, but nothing. Anyway, it certainly makes it a bit easier. Yeah, it certainly does. But to be fair, if she didn't like it, then we would have an issue, wouldn't we? And I'm not quite sure where I'd go with that.
Right, Nikki asked a question.
Yeah, I thought
English
so.
Now. Oh. Nikki asked the question. Did Scott glitch out now?
And I pushed my cable in. Here we go. He'll get perfect Wi-Fi now. So, while Tim is just going into the... Oh, she just had to renew her membership.
I'm sorry for the technical difficulties. We have 2 old folks on the chat who are very...
Yep, Tim and Chris.
Not very smart with technology.
It doesn't matter. Because at the end of the day, if Tim wants to show us a scorpion, he can always leave the gadget in where he is now and pop into the shed, go and get it, come back, job done. We'll work through it. It's got simple, isn't it?
Tim,
some don't go wrong.
We can't hear you.
I've got that though. Just seen that. Tim, do you keep spiders as well? Says Nikki. And Trond has just donated 100 Norwegian NOK onto the super chats and says 4 scorps on their way. Itacilius and Tergestin. Have I got that right?
Tim, we can't hear you.
He's not speaking. Hello, Tim.
He's speaking, Hello? But we can't hear him.
I wonder why. Can't hear nothing yet, Tim. My wife's been a channel member for 23 months. Really appreciate that, Tron. Thank you, mate. But yeah, just go. Now we've got 60 odd people in there. Last week we missed because my mental health's been a little bit crazy of lately. The last 2 weeks has been a bit of an emotional journey, let's say. So last week I just didn't feel the energy to do a live, so I cancelled it. But it is Men's Mental Health Month this month. So again, you know, it just a gentle reminder that if you're going through stuff, remember to talk to people. What did Anton say? His internet connection is nearly as bad as Chris's haircut. Dev Exotics, Tim, do you have to worry about the shed getting too warm in the summer?
Yes, I do. Yes, just today, I've got an extract fan and I've got 2 low-level vents, So it got to, I think it was 30, 35 degrees yesterday by the time I'd got in from work. So today the fans have been on, pulling cold air in.
D's professors. Hey D says all this scorpion talk makes me miss my hissers.
Yeah, they are nice. That's the one I've just been on about, the glabifrons. They are really nice. The pistothalmus.
Tim, if you wanna grab a couple at any point, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, I'll grab some. Yeah, 4 new scopes on the way. Scorpius italicus. Oh, nice one. Yeah, it's something we don't see a lot of in this country now. Now the European market's been closed. We do get a few come through on shipments, but it's really, really difficult, and it's costly now as well to get stuff. Unless you're a major importer, there's no point in your regular hobbyists even attempting to do it.
That's what we need, guys like yourself who have got a hell of a lot of species to be breeding and getting them out there, don't we?
Yeah, there ain't enough hours in the day now. Honestly, it's becoming a full-time job. Nearly every waking minute is taken up by the shed, either pairing, feeding, just... Yeah, it's a very, very big project I've taken on here.
Did you ever think it was going to be any other way?
No, I didn't.
Oh, my wife's just found out Greg.
If life's too easy, there's no point, is there? Just to answer Nikki's question, yes, I do keep spiders as well.
My wife's in the bath and she's just somehow managed to time out Greg. So, Greg, if you can still hear me, I do apologise for that, mate. I will tell her off later.
Average temp in the shed, Mike, is normally high 20s, 28. I aim for 26, 28. There is heating cables on the back wall, and there is a freestanding oil-filled radiator, and that tends to keep the ambient temperature really nice in winter. I mean, the entire shed is boarded up with 50mm insulation board, ceiling, floor, and walls. So,
do you think you have to get an aircon unit as the summer gets warmer?
No, I won't. Like today, it was 19 degrees in Hull, the outside temperature, and the for me to be pulling that fresh air in from low level, through the extract fans was, it worked out quite nice. It was almost a test run these past 2 days.
19.
Do you have any centipedes? Yes, I've got Scolopendra species white leg subadult. That's pretty big. But I only bought that recently. That was at the London show from Bugnut.
That was a beautiful, beautiful centipede as well.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, that's why.
Stunning. So jealous.
Trekked myself and got a custom-made tank as well. So yeah.
What, custom aquarium one or?
Yeah, one of their escape-proof centipede ones with the
double lids.
Glass lids and the sliding lids as well.
Dual mesh at the back.
Yeah, heavy-duty bed mesh and the normal mesh. I mean, it doesn't stop it trying to chew through it. I've noticed it on several occasions, giving it a go. But the bed mesh is just too wide for it to get any purchase on.
Anton says, "Hey Stu," he says his thermostats are set at 32. I'd love one, but it's just, again, the price is just.
Yeah, they are. Yeah, they're
ridiculous.
They're going to become rarer and rarer as well, because they realise now that they can command a price from them. People are willing to pay it. Same as the scopes, really. People will pay big prices for emperors because
they're sneaking up, aren't they?
Yeah,
50, they're now 55.
Yeah, they're creeping back up again, but
the Emperor's going on CITES soon, though.
They already are.
So hence,
Yeah, they're already sighted. That's why it's only what people have bred that you see in this country. You never see wild caught ones really, and when you do, they're often snapped up within hours of being available. Normally by me.
Yes, yeah. I think I can remember a pair being sold to a mutual friend for adults. They were £200.
Yeah,
that was. I think that was a year before COVID.
Yeah, it was. Yeah.
And now I think they're £250. Are they for an adult pair? Maybe more.
I think they're a bit less. I think they're around the 200 mark, which has dropped a little bit, but like you said, a few and far between. If somebody was to sell a pair, they could basically command what they want from.
Christopher's literally just said, had any better luck with the Pandinius Imperata?
I do have several females. One looks really gravid, and the other is juvenile. I don't want to pair her just yet, but they will get done. They'll be done.
What's the likelihood of either the female smashing the male or the male smashing the female when you're pairing up scorps? Is it as worrying as it is with the tarantulas?
Yeah, it's not like the teas. For the simple fact is, scorps they're armor plated. They're not soft bodied like spiders. Normally, one fang is enough to kill anything. I mean, we've all tried pairing and we've all had disasters, but scorps, it's tough love with scorpions. It really is. The females are either immediately up for it or they come out swinging. I've seen legs torn off. I've seen stings be delivered, clamped on with both claws to try and feed, but it's pretty easy to separate them because you get a good 5-minute struggling window where you can just enough's enough, go on,
pull them away.
Yeah. But tarantulas, I mean, it's split second, isn't it?
Oh, it's when you're videoing it at the same time, you feel guilty because you've got a camera in one hand, and it's like if you didn't have the camera and had two hands, would you have stopped it? Who knows? Dee's professor says he remembers when emperors was $2 a piece.
Yeah, it's about right. The first one I ever bought was I think it was £8.
Greg says, "Have you seen the latest block to imports to the UK?"
No.
That's new. That's news to me, Greg, as well. If you want to write down in the chat what's going on. It's only a rumor.
Right now.
It says only a rumor is you will need health
for each individual animal as you bring in, so no small breeder. Yeah, that does sound about right. Yeah. No. The only thing it's going to do is cause more brown boxing.
I was just about to say, yeah,
it'll just cause more and more brown boxing, which is
the smugglers are going to have a field day with that, aren't they?
But most countries now, Netherlands, Germany, places like that, the parcels are checked on the Dutch or German border, and then they're checked here as well. So there's no chance or very little chance of stuff coming through. I don't even know how you'd go about disguising a scorpion looks like nothing else on an X-ray machine. So
I think the only way they're going to get stuff through now is if somebody's paying somebody.
Yeah. Backhanders and stuff like that.
Yeah, with the substances, let's say. Spider King Jay has been a channel member for 1 month. Thank you, Jay. And says, Tim, cracking question, Tim. What is your top 5 beginner scorpions?
The Asian forest scorpions are obviously ranked number 1 because they're just bulletproof. You have to go a really long way to kill a juvie or subadult. You have to literally cook it or leave it bone dry for months on end for it to die. Most of the ones that come in, the adult ones, are wild caught, so there could always be, you could always have parasites and things like that, unseen dangers. But yeah, easily they're number one. Number two, I'd probably go for your emperors. Are very, very easy to look after. Your Scorpio palmatus as well. They don't get nearly enough of a shout out in this hobby. They are fantastic. They're deceptive for a little species of scorpion. They're not really a desert species, despite the fact they're advertised as such. I keep all of mine relatively damp, and they thrive. I mean, I've bred the species several times now, and it amazes me why more and more people don't keep them.
I got my female off you, didn't I?
Yeah, you did. Yeah.
Beautiful little creature.
Yeah, they are. They're the proper nails as well. They always stand the ground, never ever run off. They're, for such a little animal, they really do want to kill you.
But I mean, I'll keep mine on compost, and with it having that kind of desert hairy colouring, if you like, against something with a darker background, so against your compost, it just makes them look just like a golden nugget.
The glow, really beautiful blue as well under ultraviolet light when you're spot looking for them.
Chris has been a channel owner for 16 months. He's just called me something inappropriate that I can't mention until 9 p.m. Chris,
you have to read it. That's the rules.
Okay, so Chris said Scott's a W anchor.
A W anchor. Oh, that's all right. That's way off the watershed. You're all right.
We've only got 25 minutes before the watershed anyway, so we're doing pretty well.
Yeah, that's all right. Yeah, I've restrained myself quite well. I'm impressed.
What's been? Go on. Sorry, Tim.
No, I was going to say the other species I'd recommend is a lot of people don't seem to have a luck with them, but desert hairies. Yeah, not a lot of people have a lot of luck with them, but again, they are a species that need humidity.
I was just about to say the same thing.
I covered this on the last feed that at least once a month, sometimes twice, I'd dampen one corner of the enclosure via the use of a drinking straw. So it's obviously wet at the bottom of its burrow. And you'll find that they live so much longer. They're so much happier with a touch of moisture. But you do need the gradient. You can't just spray the enclosure and leave it, because the high humidity will kill them if they've got nowhere to escape to.
So what you're saying is just that one half, keep a little bit damp. The other
Not
half,
even half. I'd say maybe a quarter. You want to need the slightest few drops of water to raise the humidity in a burrow.
But that water's got to get down to the burrow, hasn't it?
Yeah, that's what I mean by the use of drinking straws. Just one of those pushed in the corner of the tank, right the way down to the bottom. You squirt a few drops of water down there, and it straight down, and capillary action will take it out into the sand.
What do you reckon? What's a more commonly available scorpion that you see being bought that you kind of think that's not a beginner species, but it's one of those ones that you see people buying anyway?
Some of the big spinifers are. I won't use the word dangerous, but the localities where they're collected from, the venom varies depending on what they prey on. I've heard reports of people being stung by. I mean, whether it's an allergic reaction or not is a different. But I know people that have been stung by them and suffered, quite bad side effects, from numbness of full limbs for days on end. There are other Asian forest scorpion species out there that are far better for your first ever scorpion. Your Lauticus, your Selenius, things like that are, a lot less dangerous, and they're a lot less reluctant to sting as well. What
do you reckon they're munching on to increase their venom? Or do you think it's just part of the locale?
It could be it could be literally anything. I mean, I know they prey quite heavily on centipedes, so it could be an evolutionary arms race with them, because as we all know, that majority of the scolopendras pack a serious wallop.
Greg says, "What's the next baby's due, and what is the next species you have coming into the collection?"
Next species. I would like to get some more Euroscope, some more of the little ones that are native to, Italy and Germany and places like that.
Are they the ones we've got down in Plymouth on the dock walls?
Yes, they are. Yes. I
And
would like to. That's just one species.
I think there's something.
It's near enough 20 different species of Euroscorpius that they're all around the same size. They're an inch and a half, and they could do really, really well in this country. In the pet trade, they do fantastic. They breed really well. The Polish breeders and German breeders knock them out in the thousands and thousands. So it's just a shame that we didn't get a viable source of these and stockpile them before Brexit happened.
Well, there's a ton in Plymouth. I know there's some in different areas of Wales as well, and there's another dock, isn't there, with them in?
Yeah,
which that name I forget.
The one in the Isle of Dogs it's very, very heavily collected. I know several people that proficiently go there and say the numbers just as the invet hobby gets bigger and bigger, more people come and collect, and it said the numbers just aren't really there for heavy collection. But
it's still legal though, because they're an invasive species, aren't they? So
yeah. Oh yeah, there's no.
Would you consider that, or would you go for wild caught to make sure?
Well, it is illegal to sell collected species in this country. If you collect something in out the wild and then sell it on in this country, that's breaking the law. But what you can do is collect the parents, breed them, and sell the offspring.
No, the babies.
Yes.
Ben from Omnibus Invert says down in Kent they've got them as well. We do know there is a couple of people that are going to go down there pretty soon.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I won't say who because I know it's going to be a video, so I'll let you know after the live. Crazy Critter World says, Tim, have you ever been stung?
Yes, lots of times. Lots and lots of times. Over the past 30 years, more times than I care to remember. The last time I got stung was just after Christmas. I was feeding Spinnifer, and it decided to bolt out of the top of the tub across the workbench and do an Evel Knievel off the workbench. I instinctively just caught it midair, and it stung me. But it was more of a get off me flick with its tail as opposed to a incapacitating sting.
So you didn't get full whack? No.
Well, it still swelled up. It was. It felt like having a boil on the end of your finger. It was. That third finger there, right next to the nail. And that's the nearest thing I can describe it. When you get a boil on your leg or any part of your body, you know what it feels like. And that just felt like having a boil on your finger. I kept trying to squeeze the anything out of it, but there was nothing. So,
just before we get on to Tron's next question, Tron's other half, who it is now, a Facebook official, Love at First Bite says, what can you tell us about the Minotaurus?
The Minotaurus, not a great deal because Minotaurus are now Levigatus. There was so much of a grey area. They grouped about 3 different genuses together and renamed it Heterometrus levigatus. So if you've got a Heterometrus Minotaurus in your collection now, it's a Heterometrus levigatus. That's not me glitching. That's him.
Exactly. This time it's Scott. I wish I could. I wish it'd be 9 o'clock.
Oh, you just stroked off for a minute there, Scott. Are you all right?
Yeah.
Are you sure? Okay.
Yeah.
He was glitching away then, and it wasn't me.
It's because I've got the cable running into the room. Of course, the little one's up, and he's on a hike this evening. He's going to be
Don't talk to me
knocking
about cables. Don't talk to me about cables.
Oh, mine's twice as thick as that.
I'm going to have a bonfire in the garden tomorrow, and guess what's going on it? A router
That man
and about 60 meters of cable.
That man from the tech department at your workplace.
Yeah.
So yeah, I was just saying, Love at First Bite needs to get her label maker out and do a change. Which just before he trons out, which
Swamadami. They say because they're big and fed on centipedes. Yeah, exactly, Tron. Yeah, they're if you're in an evolutionary arms race with one of the most lethal inverts in Thailand, you and India, you're going to develop ways to incapacitate it quicker than it can you. So that's my thinking and reasoning behind it. Anyway, I may be wrong.
Do you think scorpions carry anti-venom inside their bodies for use against scorpions? And the reason I say that is because Love Tarantulas obviously put a picture of a scorpion eating a centipede up on Facebook today.
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah, possibly. I mean, it's more than likely to get a bite in, and they are very, very quick peds, aren't they? They're very. I can't see any reason why it wouldn't affect them unless they did have like anti-venom properties.
Or because they've kind of took that picture of the centipede. That centipede could have been passed away.
It could have, but I mean, you've only got to go on YouTube and see the videos of all these idiots that tend to put feeding videos on there where they're putting tarantulas and scorpions in the same enclosure, and bullfrogs and spiders and everything else, just to pit them against each other. There is many videos on there of scorpions fighting with centipedes, and more often than not, it's the scorps that come out on top.
I think that was brought to light to the community by Adam the Invertebrarian. He did a video on it, kind of saying this is disgusting.
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah.
And I know recently the Tarantula Collective's obviously twigged onto that now, and he's done something similar.
Yeah,
which is all bringing good light to it. So if you do see,
it's scary, really, because you look at the amount of views it's got, and it's in the hundreds of thousands, and if not millions in some cases, and you think, why would you even do that? Pit two animals together. That's just for your own sick amusement.
The problem that we've got is over in the Philippines. That's what happens. That's street activities, and they use it as a form of gambling.
Yeah.
So they will carry spiders in matchboxes and pit them against each other and all the rest of it. But then they also will do different animals attacking each other and do bets on that. And when it's inverts, they can carry them around really, really easy as well, which is a really, real massive, huge shame about it. But I know a couple of the lads over there. By chatting to them, they're kind of slowly changing their views on it. Hopefully, they'll change it completely and then influence others. Ben, I've been wanting to go down, Scott. What, down on Scott or down to the...
Whoa, you don't want to do that. You end up looking like Chris.
Anyone know the legality behind wild catching them? I think Tim's just covered that, mate. If you didn't miss it, I'll just ask Tim to go over it again. That's the Scorpies. Hey, Dale.
Shut up, Dale.
He's getting it at Bristol, isn't he? I think,
legally, as far as I'm aware, you are, with them not being a native species, it's perfectly legal to collect. The only thing is you're not allowed to then sell them for profit. I think that's where it gets a bit of a grey area. But you could take them, breed them, and sell the babies legally. That's the law as I've read it. Again, I could be wrong. I could be telling people absolute bull here, and you could have like 5 or 6 invert keepers getting arrested.
Yeah. So if anybody in the chat if anybody in the chat wants to quickly go check the UK law on it and come back to us, that would be absolutely amazing. But
I should imagine it'll be the same for all animals, not just scorpions. So if it was, say, a non-native, I mean, you get lepidopterists collecting non-native butterflies. I don't see how it's any different.
Let me just say, though, if you do go collecting scorpions and you do get arrested, it's all on you. Tim, like he said, he thinks he did not at any point say he knows.
No, I'm not advocating the collection of
make sure you check those UK laws before you go collecting non-native scorpions. In fact, Jeremy's in chat. He may know a little bit more.
In fact, if you do go collecting scorpions and you get away with it, contact me and I'll buy them off you. Oh wait, no, that is illegal.
There'll be an exchange at one of the shows.
I can swap it for more scorpions. Technically, no money has changed hands.
And then buy those scorpions back.
Yeah. Oh, there's legal loopholes. Chris, you can be my solicitor at the shows now.
Deal.
I can't reply to that because it's not 9 p.m. yet. Although his beard's getting a bit longer, isn't it, Tim? You know what I mean? He's catching up.
I'm actually impressed how much he smartened himself up from now he works for Creatures of the North. He looks presentable. He doesn't look homeless.
Is it true you and Rad had to tell him to get himself a haircut before he come on the stand?
No, I didn't. Rad did.
Rad did you?
I think his exact phrase was, "You look homeless." But now Chris has been an awesome addition.
Going to blame me for mystery boxes. What? The mystery box god.
Yeah, king of mystery boxes. You should change that from Exo King to mystery box king.
But the thing is, with Chris being on the mystery boxes, it's very easy to think he's a salesman. He's on those mystery boxes. That's it. But his level of knowledge on spiders is also absolutely incredible. It's like yours on scorpions.
Yeah. Oh, definitely. Yeah. It's nice to have him this side of the table. I mean, granted, I think Rad took a massive financial hit when Chris stopped buying the mystery boxes and started selling them. Because I think it was like 25-30% of Rad's income at these shows was Chris.
8 Legs Only has gifted 1 channel membership, and that has gone to My Pet Arachnopods. So thank you very much to Christian, and congratulations to My Pet Arachnopods. Really appreciate both of those. Jeremy, as far as I'm aware, yes, collecting these scorpions is perfectly legal. And like Tim says, selling the collected specimens would be legal, whereas the babies would be.
Cheers, Jeremy.
There you go. So remember, Jeremy said it, so you can now blame Jeremy if you get yourselves arrested. Somerset Spiders, hey Nat. Nat says, evening, hope you well. Really enjoying the stream. Looking forward to meeting you at one of the shows, Tim. Hoping to get a picture, or hoping to pick something up from you, sorry.
Hairpiece, anything?
Genital warts.
No, next show we've got is Bristol, I believe.
Yes.
Which is always a good one. I do like Bristol.
I personally think
it was the first show I ever worked for Creatures of the North.
It was the first show I went
to. It always holds a special place for me.
Hey, Stefan.
Plus, I got to meet Nigel Marvin as well.
Yeah, that was my first show as well.
It was a bit weird for me because obviously we've been chatting before Bristol, and there was a couple of topics, let's say, that were heated that we both agreed on, weren't there? So to actually see you, I was like, "It's Tim."
Yeah. Oh, yeah, it was. I think it was the first time I ever met you face to face as well, Bristol.
Yeah.
So it's always been a good show for me at Bristol. It means a lot. It's a lot of nice people that go there, and it's always there's always a lot of people buying, not just coming for information, but a lot of money changes hands at the Bristol show. A lot of money.
The thing is, I've still got to get you back for throwing a bottle at my head.
No, you did that. You threw chips at me.
That's not getting you back. That's nothing.
It was.
That Tim threw a bottle at my head.
That was a good fucking throw.
It was a good throw. It was a good throw. It was a good 20 feet.
To be fair, though, you did shout. You were like, ah, and I was like, dickhead.
Yeah, it was just the initial dunk as it bounced off your head that was the high point for me. Like, please tell me you got that on camera, Chris.
I only watched him aim and throw. I didn't say nothing.
Yeah, I turned around and said to, I think it was Alan Hicken was stood next to me. I went, please tell me you got that on camera. He went, no, I was pointing that way. Oh,
damn. To be fair, though, I mean, Dale's going to bring the nerves out. That'd be wicked. Yeah, it could have been a brick. Yeah, I'm from Cardiff. It would have just bounced off. Tim, do you have a website or anything where you sell from, or is it just a show?
No, it's something I've got to look into now. There's far too many messages I'm having to. Oh, I'm just doing it through Messenger. If you contact me via my Facebook page, I'll send anybody the list of what I've got available.
You're also in.
It is something. Yeah, there we go. Mystery Box King.
Thank you very, very much. You're also in the Discord chat as well, aren't
you? Yes, I believe I am. Yes.
If one of the moderators could also drop the Scots Inverts Army Discord link into the comments, that would be absolutely amazing.
Did you knock his fake beard off? No, it was well super glued on that day, Chris. It must have been the. It was a good shot. It was one of my better ones.
I have noticed yours has fell off.
Yeah, I'm fed up with people tugging it. Like you said, people just come up to you and think it's perfectly acceptable to start stroking your facial hair, and you're like, "What are you doing?"
Because of this guy.
Yeah,
I'm literally wearing a T-shirt at the next show, which is going to say, "Touch my beard, I touch your bits."
Yeah, that's a fair enough. Yeah, fair enough.
Then fingers crossed, nobody's going to touch it, are they?
You're just going to walk around doing Crocodile Dundee to everybody, aren't you? Just tap. There we go. Tap.
Chris will be walking behind me, touching it from behind, going, "Touch me, touch me." Well, that's Chris, isn't it?
Fondle my bits. Get a T-shirt made up for Chris saying that. Fondle my bits.
Bugsy just says, yeah, he'll love that. Oh, Max says, "I'll touch it, Scott." Oh my God, what have I started? Nat says, "I'll touch it." You don't want to touch my bit, says Nat. Why is it? Why is it just the boys that have said, "I'll touch your beard"? Where's the girls?
That's quite disconcerting. Well, because women have got better taste. Women have got far better taste than men.
Jackie's just put the Discord link into chat. If you're interested in like having open discussions about tarantulas, scorpions, other inverts, head over to there, because there's one chat, and then inside that there's a list of other chats specifically for different types of inverts and animals. There is a scorpion chat in there. There's a chat where you can specifically talk to myself, and there's a chat where you can specifically talk to three other people as well. Somerset backfired there, Scott. No, not at all, Nat. You've just set me the challenge. Don't worry about that.
To get fondled?
To get fondled by Nat. Nat says you don't want to touch my bits, so that sounds like a challenge to me.
Yeah, I thought it was you doing the fondling.
8 Legs says it's Pride Month, dude. Yeah, it is, mate. It is. But I also.
Oh, look, it's Ginger Santa.
I got it from the same place where Scott buy. Just the new
one. Yeah, it is Pride Month, but it is more importantly Men's Mental Health Month. I do think the two need to have separate months so they can both be kind of both focused on at different
mutually
times.
Independent.
Yeah, they should be independent, because then one's not taking anything away from the other, is it? And then it stops. There is idiots that will just go, oh yeah, but it's men's mental health because they're just having a go at the other one. You know what I mean? And they'll use it as an excuse. So we do. I think if they separated them up, it would be a good idea. Scott, if it makes you feel better, my missus loves stroking beards. Dave, it's a joke. It's just a joke. I won't be touching anybody's parts of the show.
This is going to turn into a court case really quickly.
You always touch mine.
You sit there begging in the car park, and then you're like, oh, "Do you want to come to my car? We'll have a vape." Yeah, one vape. You know where that leads to? Tim and Chris's car.
It's his which car, Chris? Not your 2-seater.
I'm taking the 7-seater to Bristol.
Ah, that's all right then. Are you?
It's a double bed in the back.
He's got to because the amount.
It's not a double bed. It's called a rape mattress.
No, don't say that because I'll get demonetized.
Really? For saying that? Oh, sorry, apologies.
That's all right. It's a misdemeanor. He's a mattress actress. But he's got to take the big car because he's got all those creatures from the north polystyrene boxes to take with him.
Only 2.
Yeah, I've got 2.
And they fit in a Mazda, so...
Why are you taking the big boy then and not the Mazda?
Because I have some other stuff to pick up.
He's got 50 million dubious to try and shift.
No, that means he's picking up exo-terrorists from Bristol, but you don't want to say just in case somebody gazumps him.
Yeah, somebody goes in with a high.
I actually have a load coming. Less than 1 minute warning.
For the watershed, when we can swear, it will no doubt be marked up by a lot of people swearing in the comments and Chris calling me something extremely inappropriate. But again, if you do have children watching, 9 p.m. right now, this second, is the watershed. So we do swear, we do cover adult conversations and adult topics. So just be aware of that. We can't be held responsible
Scott,
if you've got
you're a fucking wanker. Shut the fuck up, you fake beard cunt.
Now, can I say rape mattress?
No, you can't say that word at all, even after the 9 o'clock. But Scott, you're a fucking wanker. Shut the fuck up.
These professor says moist. Yeah, it's moist o'clock. Oh my god, this is where Jeremy's Wild World really does start putting the pressure on the MILFs in chat. I tell you that. Craig says, "Moist Scott's a ginger wanker." Hey Nessa says wankers. Just laid in the bath, watching Timothy's beautiful face as one man and his rod. So one man and his rod, take that how you will, is lying in the bath watching Timothy.
That's all right. I don't mind floating people's
I'm
boat.
picking up a large exoterra, and then somebody's bringing me 8 or 9 tanks, which I need to pick up. I can't remember.
Don't you think you've got enough?
No. I just buy them because I buy them. It's like I just bought a 3 foot by 1.5 foot wide by 2 foot high, just because it was cheap. I don't need it.
Why?
But it was 30 quid. I couldn't say no.
Of course you can. You say, no, thank you. I've already got hundreds that sat in my garden doing nothing.
Oh, they'll message me. I'll have a look.
Komodos are much better than Exos.
I take Komodos as well, by the way.
I'll take anything.
I will swap your Komodos for Exo. You're not buying up all the Komodos in the country because as soon as I start working, that's what I'm getting.
No, the Komodos are harder to get by. That's why I'm thingy. But I have actually spoken with Steve Spiders of printing some knockoff Exoterra parts and making my own enclosures.
Some 3D printing parts, yeah.
Yeah, because I can't keep up with the amount I need is higher than the amount available in the marketplace.
Yeah, because it may come as a bit of a shock, this, Chris, but other people keep in vets as well and things to put in exos. I mean, I understand it's difficult for you, but you can't own all of them.
Yeah, you ain't gonna tell him that.
Not all of them. I'm sorry.
Challenge accepted.
I've got some here. You can come and take these.
Okay.
Right,
All it's going to cost you is one pokey.
Not the tarantula.
Oh,
No, I don't want the tarantula. No, just one pokey.
One pokey with Chris. One of Chris's pokies.
Yeah.
No, Chris will be the pokey. I think what we'll do is we'll turn it back round to the scorpions again. And obviously, Tim, you breed scorpions, okay, but you also breed arboreal scorpions.
Yes.
So, as a keeper or professional breeder, which I think is probably a better term for yourself now, what are the challenges with arboreals compared to terrestrial scorpions when it comes to breeding?
Believe it or not, terrestrial arboreal scorpions are far easier to breed. So it's literally just scampering up and down a piece of cork bark. Whereas your terrestrial ones normally burrowed. Everything's just done vertically on a piece of bark. It's so much easier. They don't have to wander around for 45 minutes looking for a suitable service to deposit the sperm on. Speed wise, I can do 4 or 5 pairings in the time it takes to pair one terrestrial pair.
Wow, so a lot easier. Does that mean there's going to be more arboreal scorpions available in the hobby in the next kind of 12 months?
I wouldn't say 12 months, but yes, I've sold several adult pairs now to people that we know, and the other people are doing well with them as well now.
Awesome.
Yeah. So not only me producing these now, there should be other people, which again can only be a good thing. The more people raise them and get a decent breeding program going on, the cheaper they'll all become. No need to pull any out of the wild.
Is there any scorpions out there that you see and you think just generally the price is just sky high for what they are?
Obviously remembering a time from when emperors were next to nothing, people used to give them away because they were just plundered so devastatingly out of the wild. It's a crying shame that more people didn't do the best to produce a lot of captive breeding programs. We had unbelievable numbers in this country in the mid 90s, early 90s. It was astronomical. There shouldn't be any need to import any of them now.
Well, the same goes for grandma stallers. They used to be day cheap, and now look at what's happened now. Nobody bred them, and the price just skyrocketed.
Everybody thinks, well, I'll if this one dies, I'll buy another one. And as invert keepers, that shouldn't be anybody's stance in this hobby. Not as one person should think like that. And if you do, then you've got no business keeping in any animal. If it dies, I'll buy another one.
Ridiculous statement to say, really, isn't it?
Yeah,
I've heard it myself, probably from the same person.
I've heard it a number of times. I mean, don't get me wrong. In the early 90s, I felt exactly the same way. I could go into a pet shop and buy an emperor for less than 10 quid, and just thought, that's the care. That's what it needs to do. Granted, care was limited and there was no internet and stuff. Everything was out of books or word of mouth. But now, with the information at everybody's fingertips, there should be no need for anybody to be giving substandard care to any animal, whether it be an invert or vertebrate or anything. It beggars belief.
I think Chris is messaging the women instead of highlighting my comments. Dirty bugger. I'll wind him up.
No.
We
it. Can't you?
We've said this on other lives about needing new DNA in the hobby with spiders and such like, and interbreeding. So we need wild caught specimens. Is it the same worry with the scorpions?
I've bred.
Hey, Leah.
I think my first lot of emperors that I bred, we're talking 90, 95, 96. I'm sure I was breeding, it was either great-grandchildren or great-great-grandchildren with each other and with no detrimental effects. Inverts aren't really that susceptible to inbreeding. Some are, but you're talking hundreds and hundreds of generations down the line. Chris will vouch for this with your roaches. Obviously, the growth starts getting smaller through bad genetics, but I mean, you're talking how many generations for that to start happening, Chris?
4 or 5.
4 or 5.
Yeah. 4 or 5. It takes about a year and a half for them to literally start really reducing in size. So
but
it's
for
about
4 or 5 generations of scorpions, you're talking 10 years.
I have heard it discussed by people that have seen spiders in the wild that some of the species can be bigger than what they are in captivity. Have you noticed that when you're breeding grandchildren with grandchildren when it comes to scorpions?
No, SARS, I wouldn't say it stunts their growth. For me, there was no difference really in size or temperament or anything. When Tim was breeding them, I was only 9.
Yeah, 29.
Yeah. Well, this is the old fogies club, isn't it, Dale? Fucking hell, man. These young whippersnappers here.
You're only you're younger than me, aren't you? You're only like 42, 43.
43 now.
When you're 44.
65?
You can't talk, you scruffy bastard.
I thought he was older than me, Chris. I did. I thought Tim was 10 years on me.
Yeah, I do look
hey,
older. Did I just get called beautiful then? Nice one.
Yeah.
Need some new blood in my assassin bugs. Pete, I think you're covered for assassin bugs, aren't you?
Now they are tiny, but had thousands of them now.
Yeah, at one point he's just giving them away to children in the street, just walking past his house. Would you like some assassins?
One man had his rod. The smaller spiders, could it be down to keeping in small enclosures?
No, I don't think they're limited.
Yeah, I know. He's thinking goldfish.
Yeah. I don't think it's down to genetics. Obviously, your smaller spiders fit a smaller niche. It all comes down to their adaptations in the wild. Is there such a thing as a trapdoor scorpion? No, scorpions can't produce silk, so I have nothing to make a trapdoor out of.
Is there any scorpion behaviour that you've seen that you've just looked and gone, what? I didn't know you did that.
Yeah. For the first time this year, I've witnessed. In fact, I got a video of it because I couldn't believe it. Of H-Trog actually stinging its prey to subdue it. Now, I always was thought that the tails were vestigial because they never do anything, even when you pair a pair of trogs, then they don't do anything with the tail, but it obviously must still be there for a reason. Otherwise, they'd have lost it long ago over the past however many tens of millions of years they've evolved into trogs. But yeah, just this year, for the first time ever, I witnessed a troglodytes stinging a dubia roach to subdue it.
So you've got a couple of the trogs.
Yes, I've got a few.
Could I be an absolute pain in the backside and ask you to go and get a couple of
of course you can, yeah.
couple of the rarest stuff that you breed in that probably a lot of them in chat haven't seen.
Yeah, you'll have to give me 5
try
minutes. Oh,
using
2 minutes. I'll go and
duplicable again.
no, shut up, stupid. Who's talking to you? You're just there to put them questions down there on.
And maybe the parents of some of the babies that you bring into Bristol as well.
Yes, bear with me.
I thought he was going to twerk then.
Shut the fuck up, you fake bit cunt.
Oh, shut up, Chris.
Fucking wanker.
I haven't even asked Mark yet if he's going to Bristol or if I can get a lift with him yet. I'll do that later. Hey, Matt. All we need is Rad, and it's a CFTN takeover. Rad, yeah, it's just impossible to get him on alive.
Good luck with fucking that.
I'm probably like 50% of the way there, but until he gets a bit more confident with English language, it's definitely a no. But we'll see. We'll see. Can you pretend you're Rad Scott? Christian, suck penis.
Hold on, I'll get Scott for you.
All these English people complain too much. That's rad. I'll even put a message about it on website. What's it say?
On our website is fucking hilarious.
What's he put on there? Is it something like English people
need special care?
Special care.
Oh, by the way, can I? Okay.
Yeah, go on. Don't let me stop you.
No, I was just thinking. I need to ask Scott. Basically, there's a promotion on, but no, ignore.
Message me on WhatsApp quickly.
Yeah. After that, yeah.
Do it now.
Yeah, just let Tim talk.
Why does my
Tim, read my wife's question.
And the other one, which I believe to be female, always walking around. Both adults. One is H. Selenius and one is H. Lauticus. I don't know. It could be down to environmental factors. I don't find that the one's more active than the other. It could be anything. It could be a simple thing like vibrations from noise, or it's the men that the males that do the wandering around all the time. So yeah, strange one that.
Can CFTN make the ordering process better? I'm hot with computers and still hit the wrong payment method.
Oh God!
Yeah.
I've
always done PayPal. It's always worked for me.
Yeah, it's the bane of our life is the ordering system on that website.
It's terrible.
Yeah, it is really bad. All right, where's hang on, let me get my first flat rock out. These are flat rocks, but they're not trogs.
Yeah, what I wanted to say was there's a 10% discount code now on creatures from the north running. It works on promotions as well. So, actually, it's a good idea to buy something.
Even I didn't know that it worked on promotions. That's good.
See? You should read what it costs.
It's a small print. Nobody reads small
White Spot Assassin books that are available at the moment.
That's what I wanted to mention, because it's obviously, if it works on promotions, you can get discounted items with another discount on top of it.
Yeah, of course you can get 10% off one of Chris's mystery boxes.
Did you answer my wife's question?
So yeah, I'll show you this one. This is it's not actually a trog, it is a bicolor. Now,
ooh,
stunning.
Pokey.
Yellow legs, brown carapace. They're
different shape, isn't it, to the normal ones we see? Like,
pick it up, Tim.
No, it's far too quick and alert. But yeah, they are nice. And these are for sale as well at the minute.
How much are those, Tim?
Did he glitch them? Or was that me?
I'll keep you on big screen because I think you've got a couple of others there as well, haven't you? Tim, this is coming from Tron's Legs and Stings. Do you have of the Asper for sale?
I've got Aspers, but they're not actually for sale at the minute. I think I've got 6 or 7 females and 2 males. So yeah, hopefully they will be on the cards as well. That's a nice breeding group.
Because Tron's hitting the Bristol show this year, so that's probably what he's thinking about. And he's travelling from Norway.
Oh, right, nice one. Oh, that'll be good.
Have you got any flat rocks for sale?
Yes, I will do. Yeah, Jeremy bought 2 bicolours off me at the Capital show.
Did you bring out any other sculpts with you, Tim?
Yes, I did. Yes, I've brought my my adult H trog, which is adult female H trog.
Nessa is asking. She's after a pygmy scorpion.
The Lyachilles australasia. Yeah, I've just had some babies hatch actually. So within a week, they've just left mother's back now. But until I've had 3 independent feeds with me, I won't sell them. When I know they're all feeding and fit and healthy, then they'll be available. Right, yeah, this one is, yeah, she's nice.
Oh, she is nice.
She's good size as well. I mean, that's fully grown. But they're so inactive, they don't do anything.
Just the difference between the last one and that one's absolutely incredible. Even the way it holds its tail.
Yeah.
And like the difference with the claws as well.
They're very, very slow.
What I love about him, 3 feeds and they're good to go. Principles on point.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah, Tim's not doing this for money.
No. This is it's been a labour of love. This. If it was,
I doubt you'll ever get the money back that you've put into it with the cost of the shed.
No, more than likely not. But,
I mean that internet cable must have cost a fortune.
That was 99p from Gypsy Dave round the corner. I'll be having words with him.
Mine, like I said, this is mine. Mine's like it's really thick. I think it's a T10. Might be a T10.
I'll find one from somewhere. Right. This next one I'll show you. This is
for a good one.
This is quite a rare one. This is a Proteurus crepellini from Turkey, and this is what won me first place at the BTS this year. They're really, really nice scorpions.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
See, that looks DWA. That is stunning. Hey Tony, Venomous Visions in the house. That is stunning. And what were BTS for you to win that award? What were they looking for?
To be honest, I'm not too sure. Something out of the ordinary, something they've not seen before. Just a nice specimen, I'm guessing.
I thought Big Tim was going to start crying when he got his award that day.
Yeah, so did I.
How many years is it in the making to actually, when you first thought like, oh, I'd love one of those awards, to actually gain one?
I think the first time I entered was probably about 12 years ago. It's not been a yearly thing because I think there was maybe 4 shows I missed out of in that time period. But yeah, it meant a lot. It did. And then the only other ones I've brought to show you is the. Most people will be familiar with these, the Lauticus. They're, as I was saying, the perfect beginner scorpion. Now that, it's near enough fully grown.
Again, holds its tail different to the other two.
I'd class them as a dwarf Asian forest species. It's near enough fully grown. That subadult, very very little care requirements.
Pokey.
And an ideal beginner species. Really pretty little things.
Gorgeous.
Nowhere near as defensive as spinifers or anything like that. I'd recommend one of those for anybody's first scorpion. 100%.
I mean, obviously with handling's always one of those issues. You're going to get people on both sides of the fence and very passionate about being on those sides of both sides of the fence. But I do like to try and cover everything. So if you are going to handle a scorpion, would it be that species you would go for as a complete and utter novice?
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't advise handling any of them. I mean, you've got to learn to know what moods they're in. It's quite cool in here now, and obviously the temperature's dropped from today, so these scorps aren't going to be on full alert. They can still nip, they can still bite, like anything. But yeah, as a beginner, I'd go for one of those, and you've just got to judge each scorpion by itself, on its own merits, I should say. I mean, I was at one of the shows, and somebody said, "Oh, would you be able to hold one for us so we can have a look?" And I got it out, put it on my hand, and it decided to clamp onto the webbing in between my fingers with one of its claws. And I was just stood there trying not to look like I was in massive amounts of pain. That was fun.
I only cover it because there's always going to be somebody that wants to hold an invert, and I always think if you could point them in the right direction, because no matter what you say, for a lot of people, they've got to get it out of their system. So if you can point them in the right way to do it where there's a less chance of something going wrong.
Definitely be something. A Lauticosaurus silenius. 100%. Oh, has he glitched and fell off the table? It's that big daft thick cable of his, isn't it? You've just smashed your head on the table there.
My Heterometrus Lacticus I got from Tim a few weeks back is like a little tank, and it's awesome, says Christopher.
Yeah, they are nice. They're very underrated. Again, it wouldn't surprise me if in the very, very near future, majority of these Asian forest scorpions are put on CITES, because the numbers they're being imported to all the countries around the world is staggers me. It really does.
There seems to be a lot of talk about it, but when you speak to people that are there, they're still saying there's tons and tons and tons.
Yeah, they said the same thing about emperors.
At one species for all we know, and not them all. Tony Webb says, "I'm sure you've been asked it many times about handling, Tim, since the Sea Show now."
Since what?
Since the Sea Show.
Oh yeah. Lots and lots of people ask me about handling and which ones I can go for, and I say the same thing to everybody. I tell everybody that come to the the table and ask about tarantulas as well. For my, what would you recommend for my first tarantula? And on the sling section, I always have the same juvenile geniculata, roughly around 1.5 inches for people to hold, because the amount of times you get asked is phenomenal. Would you mind if I held one? Would you mind if I held one? And again, it's just, you can gauge whether somebody's going to be careful with it. And by all means, you can hold this. Or no, I'm sorry, these aren't for handling. But there's a table at the shows anyway now where you can handle almost. In fact, you can handle all the inverts they have on there. They have spiders and millipedes, snails.
With Britain kitten, isn't it?
Yeah,
so you can get over your fear.
Yeah,
and then I think there's another one for the kids as well, but I don't know.
There is the bugs for kids.
I don't know what's actually on that one, because it's normally last time I seen it was in a side room and I never went in.
Yeah, at the Northern show, it was just a table on your way in. They had, I think it was hissing cockroaches, giant African land snails, and some sticks, if our memory serves me correctly. There was only like 1 or 2 in a plastic tub, a small bra plast or something. And the kids could. There's a little sticker on it, my first bug, with name and everything on it. And it's just freebies for the kids, which I think is brilliant to obviously get the youngsters started in the hobby, because these people are going to be the future breeders after those old dinosaurs have all fucked off.
We are leaving it in some good hands from what I can see.
Yeah.
Greg, hi Amy. I just realised who you are. We are fine. Reason reading this one out is because he says Rachel is recovering from our operation, so we're in the background of life and shows right now. It's good to hear that she's on the mend though, Greg.
Brilliant.
And we all can't wait to get you both back at shows. But we also appreciate the fact that she needs that extended period of time to recover as well.
Mm.
Jeremy's disappearing with the excuse of he needs an early night.
You know what he's going to do.
Yeah, straight in the WhatsApp chat. Anybody over the age of 30? Hi. Before the comments start going mad at me, it's an ongoing joke with Jeremy.
It's his hormones, that's the problem.
It's his hormones, yeah. Jeremy's got to that age where his hormone levels are now through the roof.
Yeah.
Bless him.
We're going to try and find him a girlfriend or a blow-up doll, whichever comes first.
So Scorps have come along really well in the past few years.
I know that is night, Jazza. Take care, dude.
Good night, Jeremy.
I agree with that too. Definitely.
A lot more people are keeping them now and see the beauty in them. They're evolutionary, a miracle of evolution. They really are.
It's like it's people that have been keeping them for years are suddenly coming out and saying, "Oh yeah, I've had these and I breed these and I've bred them for so many years," and you get little bits of snippets of information from different types of people that up until last year, but more so this year, you've never seen them kind of talk about scorpions either.
No, I've met so many new people this past year. It's been amazing. It's. I didn't realise how many people there were out there that cared for and kept scorpions. It's definitely opened my eyes. It really has. I mean, a lot of people buy them, but you don't think of people breeding them. I mean, a lot of stuff comes in, obviously, already gravid. But the amount of people that do actually try and breed them as well is really opened my eyes.
Tony says it was Britain Kitten, which is Creature Courage, and then Greg's gone to say that Books for Kids table is usually near the raffle table.
Yeah,
you can go and collect something and get proper care sheets with it as well.
Yeah.
Do you find that nowadays there's more people coming forward going, Tim, I want to buy this scorpion. How do you keep it? Instead of, how much is it, Tim? I want it now.
Yeah, a lot of people contact me asking for prices and what species are available. And then 9 times out of 10, it's right. I'll contact you in a couple of weeks after I've done some research, set up an enclosure, got everything in place, and yeah, brilliant. As opposed to right, I want to buy one of those. What I'll buy. When can you send me it, and how do I keep it? Well, I'm not sending you anything until I know that scorpion's got somewhere to go immediately out of the post or away from the show.
I mean, I've always said this: those sellers that will help somebody with an invert they haven't bought from that seller, I will fully back all the way, because they are like, obviously I'm talking about you as well here, Tim. You guys are the real gems of the hobby. And
yeah, I get a lot of people messaging me. I bought this from somewhere else. Am I okay to ask your advice? I'm like, yeah, well, yeah, of course. It's still a scorpion. It doesn't matter where you bought it from. It still needs the same care, and you still need to know what you're doing with it. Whether you find that information out from me or somewhere else, I'm not bothered, providing you get that information.
I think it's the difference between, you can really tell when a seller is just, sellers have to make money in order to be able to carry on selling. But then I think there's a difference between selling, making money and being money greedy, and those sellers that will spend the time with you and will literally talk you through anything and everything that you want to know about a scorpion, whether they bought it from yourself or not. I think you are real gems to the hobby.
I get a lot of people
really
start their messages off with, I'm sorry, this is going to be a real stupid question, or this is going to be a real simple question, or you're probably fed up of answering this question. And my first response to that is, there are no stupid questions. If you don't know the answer, either Google it or ask somebody. It's not rocket science.
You must have asked those same questions, or been there, because you've been very lucky to see how scorpions, obviously as well as spiders, were kept shockingly shit at the beginning of the 90s. And now you've seen that progression to where we've now got those realistic setups. We're keeping them correctly. Temperatures are correct, and everything else. So you must have had the privilege of seeing that progression within the hobby.
I can remember that first Emperor scorpion I bought. It was kept in a glass fish tank. It had a piece of hardboard on top of the glass tank with holes drilled in it for ventilation.
Yeah, can I go first?
Do you want me to run over to the shop and get you one?
It was kept on orchid bark, and that was the first ever scorpion I kept, because that's how I was told to keep it. In fact, I remember the guy saying to me, just keep it in a glass aquarium, it won't get out. And the first thing it did was climb up the silicon in the corner.
Huh.
So my dad, being a joiner, here I just cut a square piece of wood, drilled a load of holes in it, glossed it white, and plonked it on the lid. There you are. That'll do it. And I think I had 2 or 3 books on top of it, to stop it lifting the lid up. But that was just half a plastic flower pot on top of orchid bark with a water dish in it, and that's how I kept it, because that's how I was told to keep it.
I think orchid bark is one of those substrates where it's like, okay, you can use it with what we do, but you've got to be mindful of how you use it. I mean,
it's got to be mixed in with other stuff. I wouldn't reckon, unless you're keeping an invert that's going to build something with it.
Isopods, brilliant. They can climb around and the rest of it. I tend to now group it in a corner and just put it in a corner with it. Maybe expand it a little bit, so when the invert's crawling around, scuttling around, doing what it's doing, it goes from a soft area onto something different, just to, in my mind anyway, just enhance its life a little bit. Whether it does or not, I don't know. It's just another platform for it to walk on. But if you mix it with the substrate, or if you put too much on, you know, they're not going to be able to burrow as well as if it wasn't there. But I mean, another thing with orchid bark, you can soak it in water and then put it into the corner of the enclosure to help with the humidity levels as well.
Yeah, my next step was to use topsoil with orchid bark mixed in. You know, just so it could burrow really. But I think I only had that 3 years before it died. I mean, it was an adult when I got it, and again, I was, I'll just go and buy another one because that was the done thing back then. There was nobody breeding emperor scorpions or any other bugs. Everything was all pulled out the wild.
It's like everything, you know. The human race, we're all, well, the whole human race as a whole is just fucking greedy fuckers. And we've literally just got, oh, right, yeah, we can make a tenner on each one of those. Whomph.
Yeah.
You know, instead of remembering to leave a lot back. I think leaving stuff back in the wild has only come about in the last kind of 10 years.
Yeah, you've got to preserve future stocks, no matter what the cost, even if it means them disappearing from the hobby. Well, like, the trick is to obviously find a viable population in the hobby, and then you can leave the natural stocks to build up. I mean, you could 10, 15 years you could easily go breeding in the hobby without touching anything in the wild, and then one shipment to bring in new blood if that's what's needed, and then leave it alone again for another 10, 15 years. You know, that way it's almost like farming, but obviously you're not killing or eating anything.
My pet arachnopods. People also trust pet shops too much when it comes to husbandry. I've seen some horrible setups in the local shops, but they don't give a shit if you try to educate them.
Oh yeah, I second that.
I am very lucky. When I first started the tarantula hobby, there's a place in Coventry called KBN Reptiles, and the guys in there are very educated in everything that they're doing and selling, and the setups are always bang on. So I'm really privileged with that. But I have seen going into other areas of the country, when you go off on a journey, if there's a pet shop, you always stick your nose in, and some of them you think, my fucking God. And I will shout out pets at home for a start. They're just like, what?
There shouldn't be anywhere. There should be. They should have the pet licenses taken off and pets at home. It's disgusting. But some of the places I've been to, I've seen emperor scorpions just kept in cricket tubs, just not even able to turn around. Adult spinifers and things like that just sat in a cricket tub, obviously on direct heat, not able to move, not able to drink, nothing. And you're like, yeah, that's going to be dead within a week. And half of me saying, well, you should buy them and save them. But then if they buy them, the first thing the pet shop's going to do is, well, they sold really well. I'm going to get some more. And then the next lot's dead. So, yes, it was, Tony. I did have a red light bulb hanging from the ceiling for its heat.
Amy says, hi, Amy. She says, may have been asked already, but what scorpion is good follow-up for a spinnifer?
I need more. Get yourself a Scorpio palmatus. The little yellow ones. They're fantastic. They're very, very active, easily kept. I know Tony sells them at Venomous Visions. I've got some available as well. They're perfect beginner scorpions. They're fantastic.
That's something I was going to mention, actually. There's yourself who does scorpions. There's Tony who does scorpions. Bugnut who do scorpions, even though you identify a lot of bugnuts. All three of you guys, there's never any jealousy. It's always you sell individually, but you're literally a team.
Oh, hell yeah. If I don't have something on stock, I'll always recommend. If somebody has it on stock, I'll always say, I'm sorry, I haven't got any at the minute, but somebody else has. There you are. There's the link. Always. 100%.
Have you got palmatus in at the moment?
Yes. Quite a few. In fact, majority of them are adults. Yes. Why do you want another one?
I haven't sexed this one, you know. I might have to sex it and get another one. No, it's female, isn't it? You did sex it.
Yeah, I sexed it. The one I sold you was female. Yeah, you can tell by the claws. You can tell by the solid finger on the claws. And
save me a male for Bristol.
Yeah, usually
please.
The males are quite glossy, and the females are like a matte coloured as well.
Sorry, did we answer Amy's question?
What scorpion is a good follow up to the? That's what we're talking about now.
Is he like this? Is he like this on the stand, Tim?
Did you just fucking stroke off for a minute there, or what?
does he just disappear off like this?
Tim, he stares at the mystery box. He just stares at the black mystery boxes, thinking, "I wonder what's inside."
I know what's in them.
You probably do. It wouldn't surprise me if you went through them all before every single show. Don't buy that one.
Scorpio palmatus equals the little man syndrome in scorpions.
Oh yeah, they don't give a shit. They will stand the ground and kill you.
Tarantula rookie. Tony told me about the claw lump on the palmatus. Yes.
Yeah. The males do have a pronounced lump on the knuckle on the blade as well, but that's quite a lot of scorpions have that.
What do you mean? What do you mean by the blade? Because for
the blade of the pedipalps, the claws.
Yeah.
You imagine that's a scorpion's claw. The males have like a bump, a knuckle there for grasping the female's pedipalps to keep her steady and manoeuvring her when they're getting the funk on. So yeah, if you look at the movable finger at the bottom of the claw, about a third of the way back, a third of the way down from the joint, there's usually like a little nodule, a little tiny bump. Some females do have it, but majority of the males are quite pronounced.
B8 Bastion says like crabs. I think he means like crabs.
yeah, just like crabs. Yeah.
Chris has got some of them.
What?
Is a real tiny.
They're free roaming in his boxers.
That's why he had to shave all his hair off his head and tidy his beard up. It was the lice that was. It
was the crabs.
Yeah,
just swinging like. Yeah, Dave's got Balfours in at the moment, Aaron. But you've got a communal, ain't you, Aaron? From what I remember, you got a communal of 5.
My Tegu got me on Saturday.
What did you do?
Back claw.
Oh.
I was getting a bit pissed off with him, to be honest. I completely redid his Viv, so I went and put him in the bath while I was redoing the Viv. And I said to my daughter, just watch him while I'm doing this. And within 5 minutes, he'd been for the biggest shit in the bath I've ever seen, and it was just soup, brown soup. It was swimming around in, so I had to blast him clean, scrub all the bath out, and I took him outside, put him in our spare dog cage, half in the sunshine, half in the shade, so he could just lay out there while it was nice and warm, while I carried on doing his tank. Within 2 minutes, my son came running in. Daddy, Bobby's pooed all over outside. He's just been for a shit. He won't have gone again. And sure enough, I went outside and he'd done it in the dog crate and then climbed all the way through it. It was in his ears. It was all in between his toes. So I just turned the hose pipe on him.
Again, Chris does similar things. I've got to get him back for the amount of piss taking he does out of me. I've got to get him back.
So yeah, I just blasted him clean with a hose while I finished and left him outside while I finished doing his Viv. But he wasn't happy when I took him out the dog crate and he swiped me with his back claw, wanting me to get off him, and drew blood right the way across my wrist.
Christian says he's got 6 belts off Dave. How much were they, Christian? And they got a badge, bitches. Dave gave me one of his mugs, badge and stickers and for the kids and key
You buy them
rings.
at the shows, they're only a quid.
The missus, she robbed them. She robbed the key rings, the badges, the pin badges, and the magnet one for the fridge.
Nice.
Yeah,
Although
VHS top 3 Scorpions.
she's nicked all my cups that I've ever had, although she's not allowed to touch the Little Beasties one and my Spar Spiders one. The first one I bought actually was the Creatures from the North one, because you got no advertising on them, did you? It was just a picture of the spider. Pass me that mug there.
I think it was I think it had the.
No,
it might have had a small logo on it.
That one.
On the Byros cups.
Yeah, it'd have been the Biro ones.
Metallica I got on mine.
Oh, that is an early one.
Yeah. This is from. Oh my god. Probably one of the first shows he's done. Raymond, yes, your stickers. Oh my god, Layla, remind me right tomorrow. Write me a note, put it on the front door saying post Raymond's stickers. So I remember.
On the...
Do you want me to stick it to your forehead?
What's it called?
No, just put it on the front door. So when I look at the front door, I know the stickers. Sorry, Raymond. I've had a rough couple of weeks. Everything's I've forgot so much over the last 2 weeks. It's unreal.
Don't lie. It's just because it's Pride Month.
I just dropped off the boogie board car seat in the ears.
Oh.
Have one.
Did you get the dummy as well?
What dummy?
The dummy.
What dummy?
One of them dummies.
The lanyard one?
Yeah.
No.
Oh.
Have one.
No, it's just like everyone goes through it from time to time, don't they? It's just there's nothing that triggers the mental health. It just goes off, and it didn't half over the last couple of weeks. I can tell you that. Don't bother reminding him; he will forget as soon as he's remembered, even if he's reminded 32 times an hour. Be careful in Birmingham at the weekend, Raymond. Whereabouts in Birmingham, mate? I'll get the train and come over to see you on Saturday or Sunday or something.
It's in Milton Keynes, isn't it? The IHS.
Yeah, but he will also on the Saturday probably go to the Birmingham Wildlife Park because he knows the sexy man, the curator of reptiles over there.
Nice.
So I should imagine he'll go there and then on to the IHS on the Sunday.
Top 3 Scorpions. Glabifrons. Fucking hell. That's quite
wicked,
difficult.
yeah, thank you. The last 2-3 weeks for me has just been, I can't explain them.
Are you the only scorpion breeder in the UK, Tim? No, I know quite a few now. No, there is several people. We're all in a nice little Facebook group. We all keep tabs on each other's breeding and offer advice and any help that we can. But yeah, there is quite a nice little group of us now.
One of them was on the Creatures from the North stand last show, BTS.
Yes, he was. Yeah, George. Yeah.
And that man is, my word, the knowledge he's got is incredible.
Yeah. He's a very good.
Mostly on spiders, though.
At the same time,
it's on spiders, but
yeah. At the same time,
my wife was answering more questions on spiders than he was.
At the same time, I mean, what a beautiful guy.
Oh, he is. Yeah. If he was gay, you'd be all over him.
Hey?
If he was gay, you'd be all over him.
Oh, is he going to Bristol?
I don't think so, no.
What show's he next at?
I should imagine the Brighton one.
Gay capital of the UK. If there's never a time or a place,
George all over.
It is them, Tim. Yeah, he is a good looking guy. Raymond's been asking for stickers from Scott since he was a child. Matt, there's so many that people at shows come up to me and go, I asked for you these for like a year ago or 2 years ago. And I'm like, yeah, it can get, I don't know, just happens, doesn't it? You forget.
Of course you do, especially when you get to our age.
It's with the way Leo is, it's a lot of my focus is on it's either on him or it's on the inverts a lot of the time, and then the other little space I get, I try and chat to friends and have family time or the rest of it, or phone Chris or whatever. But just as it's like today, I've got a load of stuff out on the cooker that I've got to, because this is the kitchen. I've got a load of stuff out on the cooker which I want to rehouse. So Tara was like, "Yeah, you do it. I'll watch the kids." Leo had an absolute crazy mental breakdown. So I had to go lie on the floor with him for 45 minutes until he was comfortable enough to be okay again. It happened in town, in the middle of a shopping centre. He did it.
No way, really?
So I was lying on the floor with him. If you pick him up and I hold him like this and hug him, his feet are in direct contact with my bollocks. So if he kicks them, I'm pretty fucked, right? And he will, and he'll headbutt, and he'll bite. What I've found is if I lie down with him, you can see the stress that slowly disappears from his face, and his face almost swells up when he's having a meltdown. So I'll do that, and I'll stroke his face and everything else, and then slowly he'll come back round again, and we'll carry on doing what we're doing. We had security come running over because they thought either I was having a heart attack or something had happened to him.
Thought you were trying to abduct a child or something.
Yeah. So, Tarantula Rookie, but I still love you, Scott. I've got a lot of love for Matt, man. A lot of love. Anton calls me a wanker. Fuck it. I'd get demonetized for what I want to say to Anton. Ian has been a member for 5 months and says, hi, Captain Fatebeard. Really do appreciate channel members, man. I think this guy below is responsible for a good 50% of them coming over. Greg says, Tim, talking to the group, if possible, is that even a question, Tim? That's more of a yes, you're coming back, isn't it?
Yeah. Well, I said I'd add you back whenever you wanted to, whenever you was ready, my friend. So yeah, 100%. Anyone want an asshole Selenius baby? All the babies are assholes until they get bigger. They're all assholes at that size there. All of them.
Would you what plants would you recommend putting in with Heterometrus?
Majority of mine have just got moss in, just normal sphagnum or bright green moss, carpet moss. That's the only plants I ever use. But your pothos, creeping figs, things like that will do really well with them.
The old Peter Sai, Anton, because Peter Sai are supposed to be that rare that they've never actually been in the hobby. And what we've got in the hobby is Selenius.
Yeah, Heterometrus Selenius.
You have some, Tim.
What, a Peter Sai?
Selenius.
Yeah, you've got one.
Oh, yeah, but could you show some? Anton's asking.
Yeah. Can we get some more scorpions out, Tim? Please.
Yeah, you can. I'll have to pop back in the shed.
Don't worry.
Yeah, no worries.
We like watching you twerk.
As you went out the patio doors last time, I said he's going to twerk.
My twerking days are over. My sciatica won't allow it.
Try it. We're watching.
Matt just that one goes into overload, just goes to ground. I lie with. Yeah, I don't mind. I'll just ignore everybody now. I do. People will kind of look and stare. But what I've noticed over the last 12 months is people look and then they carry on going. When Leo falls to the ground and does whatever, it's much more accepting nowadays. Is that a T-side accent from Tim? We'll ask him that when he comes back and see what he says. What do you say, Chris?
I said, did you see him twerk walking out of those doors?
It's all in your imagination, Chris, because you want those, you know.
No, he did. He actually did.
Hey, Peter, invert laws. Oh, Leah says I'm keeping them really. She's just being a knob. How's it still like
Good
there?
night,
It's dark
Craig.
here. It's Craig. Please drop me a message in the morning. And then while you drop that message, yeah, just remember to drop me that message in the morning. So yeah, we get the ball rolling. It's still. I wouldn't say it's dark in Coventry just yet. There's still a bit of light outside. I know, mate. Yeah, I have seen you, but I like to take the opportunity just to say a quick hello. I had a plant, it twatted it and basically ripped it up. I only had a moss, cork bark, substrate now. Also rags of water dish. Yeah, a few of mine do that. Hope everyone has an amazing evening. Thank you, Bastian. Nessa never had any sleep this afternoon, so might be off before the end. Don't worry, Nessa. Appreciate you popping by. I know the sleep for you lately has been a little bit messy, so much love.
Tim, there's a question for you on the screen.
Oh, yeah.
Leah says she loves the scorpions, really, and she does breed them.
Is that a Teesside accent, Tim? No, it's Yorkshire. Yorkshire, born and bred, East Yorkshire.
That was a little less offensive than what I thought it was going to be.
Yeah. No, Teesside's only 2 hours up the coast, so
I do, Erin. Yeah, I do have
when
a
you get
commute.
towards Whitby and places like that, it becomes a little muddled in between Yorkshire and Teesside. So yeah. Again, we need an invert show near up near Teesside, somewhere up near Newcastle or Sunderland would be ideal. Because it's an entire swath of the country that's missed out for inverts or invert shows, I should say.
I think there's only like 1 or 2 months left now that's not got an invert show.
Good
yeah,
night,
this month doesn't have one. June,
which is good.
Yeah, it is. It's
hey,
nice
Nicky.
to have a month off.
What we're doing. Anton says I might buy.
I was going to say it's nice to have a month off without seeing Chris's face, but
Nicky's in Teesside.
It's right there. So yeah, I went and got one of my aspers. You might not see it very well in the light, but that's one of my tree scopes, my Epistocanthus aspers.
Nice. Put him on the. Oh.
You can do it, Chris.
I know. I just remembered. I have a bad memory.
What number is that? It's joined the WhatsApp chat, Chris. That looks
Sorry?
Another new number's just joined the WhatsApp.
I'm everywhere.
I'll tell you what I have got a lot of at the minute, Scott. Your favourites.
Anton.
Good.
It was Anton. Everything's fine.
Oh, it's down under the water dish, you little turd.
How arboreal would they live? Bottom of a tree, middle of the tree, or found at the tree tops? That's a good one.
Normally, they tend to burrow at the base of a tree. When they're young, they'll dig burrows, but as they get older, they found cracks and crevices in the actual tree bark and holes, and spend more time up in the branches. But yeah, I've got loads of species Sumatra.
No,
Scott.
don't boot Anton. I wouldn't mind if somebody could just put the Discord link into the chat again and the link to the WhatsApp group. That would be awesome. That's a beauty.
Yeah, loads and loads of little Chiralius species Sumatras.
That is a beauty.
And they're all females as well.
Oh. Are you selling them?
Yes. Got quite a few.
How much? How much?
20 quid.
Can you put me one of those to one side for Bristol as well, then, please?
Would you like a fat female?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, we do like a bit of a chunky one.
Oh, yeah.
That's going to be 50 quid.
No skinny stuff for us.
I reckon I've got probably 15, 16 gravid females. So,
cheers, Jackie. Jackie just put the Discord link in and the WhatsApp chat link as well. If you're into chatting with other invert keepers and having a laugh,
Are they pathogenic?
My God, that sounded like a crap sex line advert from the 90s. That.
Unfortunately, the WhatsApp group is a little bit like that. It can get a bit geeky. The Discord is a bit more geeky. It's probably the best way I can describe it. But there's a lot of chats in the Discord, different subjects, as you know.
Are they parthenogenetic? The Chiralius species Sumatra? No, they're not. No.
8 legs only. That wasn't a live feed. That video has been going around for about a week and a half now. I actually got sent it on WhatsApp before I seen it on Facebook. Matt says it's the one where the shark attacks a guy and
yeah, it's in Sharm el Sheikh in Egypt.
Not a lot was left for the guy.
It is pretty heartbreaking watching that video as he's shouting for his father. It's
for me, it's loss of life, but then also it's sharks with a bad light again, and an attack like that is so rare.
Oh yeah.
I did hear a story that they killed the shark literally almost immediately.
Yeah, they did. They dragged it ashore and beat it to death with iron bars, according to the Egyptian news channel, from what I read.
Anyway,
I mean, it's like what Billy Connolly always said. I mean, fair enough if you stood in a queue in Woolworths and it bites you in the ass, feel free to, take it outside and smash its head on the pavement. But at the end of the day, you're in the sea.
Oh, I'm going to go for a swim.
Yeah, you're in the sea. Shit happens, unfortunately.
Leah says, I have my own chat room in the Discord group, so come say hello. She does. Tarantula Rookie says, what's the secret with Australia as both mine passed away? Any top tips from the top man, Tim?
I keep them the same as Asian forest scorpions, warm and wet. They're from the tropical rainforests of all over Indonesia, Borneo, Australia, the northernmost points of Australia, where it is just literally humid rainforest. So yeah, keep them very wet and very warm. I've had hundreds and hundreds of babies from mine now. They are parthenogenetic. It's just literally getting them to hang on and birth. Again, very underrated species. I do like Lyachilles. I've got two species of Lyachilles. I've got the Wagensis as well, which is slightly bigger. But I mean, you're talking 3 centimeters instead of 2 centimeters fully grown. So
have we got any more there, Tim?
Just my dozens and dozens of little baby spinifers that I've got. They're feisty and ready to go.
Oh,
Sorry. I sent you a voice note, Scott, but we'll have to have a chat later.
It's difficult with stuff like that while I'm.
No. That's
Uh,
it can wait, but needs to be addressed.
It's normally undressed.
No, that one needs to be addressed.
yeah, sure, Chris. No worries. Yeah, do it.
Okay.
Yeah, the WhatsApp group is over 18. Yeah, sort that out then, Chris.
Sorted.
Thank you.
Unfortunately for
Yeah,
people watching, the WhatsApp group is 18 over, and if there is any underage people, we'll have to kick them out. You can join the Facebook group, which is any age at all, but WhatsApp group can
What's
get
Inverse
that.
Army if you're under 18. If you're over 18, then the Discord or the WhatsApp, yeah. Come on, Tim, show us your stinger.
Which one? There you are. That one.
Let's get you back like that. Oh. Anton, my word. Just having a quick look at the chat, see if there's any more questions coming through. Is there anything that you're planning on getting this year that is out of the ordinary when it comes to scorps, maybe a little bit rarer? You got anything in the background that you're cooking up?
There's a couple of things that hopefully is going to come to fruition by the end of the year. I'm not going to say anything at the minute and jinx it, but species that I've got that hopefully will be readily available by the end of the year. Not just babies as well. So.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
MB King sounds like BB King from Wish. I missed that. What was that about, Chris?
What? It's about Mystery Box King.
Mystery Box King.
Oh, Mystery Box King. I told you, I'm still coming back on it. I'm not quite there yet. That'd be all right. We've got MB King, which is BB King from Wish. Then you got Conor McGregor sitting here from Wish.
Mr.
Tim looks like a Street Fighter 2 character.
A white version of Mr. T.
White version,
with less muscles.
Mr. T from Wish. I don't think he's got many at the moment, though, to be fair.
No, I don't think he is. In fact, I'm more like he is now than 18.
Is there any other sculpts that you wanna show?
No, not at the minute because the temperature's dropping rapidly outside now.
Okay, fair enough.
We're talking, I think it's just a little over 12, 13 degrees out there now. You can tell it's not quite summer.
Matt's asked a question, but I'm going to add to that. Does somebody give you milk before getting on an aeroplane?
Yeah, it always tastes funny, though.
I ain't getting on no plane, says Aruna. Is there any shows that you're going to be missing this year, Tim? Are you going to all of them? And are you taking this donut downstairs and all?
More than likely. Yeah, more than likely Chris will be there. But yeah, hopefully this year I'm going to try and make every single one. Last year I missed, I think there was 2 I missed last year. But like I say, more and more people are coming to see me at the shows now. So it's kind of expected.
BTS, the night before, everybody was disappointed with Rad because you guys just weren't at the pub because you lot stayed in the Neaton, wasn't it?
Yeah, well, again, that was my fault for booking I booked the hotel, so.
Oh, Chrissy boy was blaming Rad.
No, it was. No, you can blame me.
About what?
I'm from the Neaton. There's not much there, is there, sunshine?
No, there isn't. There really isn't. There was a field with a swing in it.
Weren't you on the A444?
Yeah, I'm
By the
pretty
hospital?
sure the pub we had food in gave me food poisoning because I was honking my guts up most of the night before the show.
Can you remember the name of the pub?
I don't know. It was pretty shit though, wasn't it, Chris?
Sorry. Huh? I'm dealing with.
See, I could have gave you some decent names for pubs.
Yeah, the food we had the night before was really shit, wasn't it?
They should have took Chris's barbecue. He would have got some hedgehogs and pigeons on the go.
I'm not eating his Lithuanian crap.
Romanian. He's Romanian.
Yeah. Blah, blah, blah.
I don't go blah blah blah.
We don't say blah blah blah.
He's not listening. Look, he's messaging. Concentration on his face. That's got to be the wife, isn't it?
No, that's WhatsApp group and sorting this.
Thank you, bro. I do appreciate it. He does a lot. He does a lot for me, anyway. That man. I'll tell you that.
Are you now cruising for under 18-year-olds?
No, he certainly isn't.
No, there was a.
No, I mean to put him out the group.
Who everybody knows in hobby, we had to remove from the group.
Sorry, yeah, that came across wrong then.
No, the person who we need to remove is 13 years old, and he shouldn't be in a group like
Jesus. That. Yeah, that's not age appropriate.
Unfortunately,
everybody
knows who it is.
Certainly not.
But we know who it is, and he's a nice chap. But it's like it creates a 50-50 standard, and now I'd have to. Yeah, I'll deal with it. Don't worry.
Yeah, deal with it. Yeah.
Claire says I didn't take cash to Central and still spent too much. I can't wait for Coventry show. Coventry show last year was epic.
Yeah, it was good. Really good.
The only annoying thing with Coventry show was the tables, the actual tables themselves.
Oh yeah, them rickety old wooden things. They look like they've been found in the aftermath of the Titanic sinking and refurbished as tables.
I can remember him. He was. I remember Lee trying to look at venues around the area, and he said to me, "This Sports Connection in Coventry." He said, "What's the parking like?" I was like, "Mate, you won't fill the car park. Impossible."
It was nice. I still think the best venue we've been to this year was the one in Barnsley.
That was
the Northern Invert show. That was fantastic.
The only negative thing I can say about Barnsley is you end up going through the front door or into where the Pirate Kid area is first before you go, excuse me, where's the invert show? And they tell you to go back out and go all the way around the back.
Yeah, background, yeah. It could have been signposted a bit better, but
that was the only.
Yeah, that was the only downside to the thingy show. But it was fantastic. It was, I mean, most of the places we get to, the freezing cold, first thing in the morning. It's just a big empty spot, hot sold. That was carpeted. Tables were fantastic. It was an amazing show to go to. It really was.
I think most shows could do with a sign saying invert show outside with an arrow.
Yeah.
On street level, so you don't drive past it. You know, in some cases, go 2 miles down the road before you can turn around to come back up or whatever.
That's why I like Seas. You can't miss it.
It's just there's 2 rooms at Seas. The third one's not as bad, but 2 rooms. It's like you like this because the way they set it out. Then They need to do something so, not only us can get around it easier, but those in the wheelchairs. And myself and I think a couple of others like Leah have obviously spoke to Lee, and he's listened, and his aisles are now a lot wider to accommodate everybody walking around and stuff like that. And it's my only negative thing with C's. I think they need to do something similar.
There's a lot of doors, lots and lots of doors everywhere you go. There's I understand they're all separate rooms, but it's like a rabbit warren in there. You can easily get lost.
And a Spider-Man that don't even keep spiders. That geezer who's dressed up like Spider-Man didn't like spiders. No. He said to me, he says, "Oh, what have you got?" This is at the very start. And I said, "Oh, it's a mature male." He went, "Oh, what's that?" I was like, "Do you not keep spiders?" He was like, No. I've just dressed up because they asked me to. I was like, I almost said, "Fuck off, mate. You're ruining the show." You know what I mean?
Done it for free.
I don't talk to normal people. I only want to talk to inverts and reptile people. Go away. You do at a show, even when if you stop somewhere for a coffee, you're looking to see if you can see anybody that's going to the show, aren't you?
Yeah, well, for us, it's normally everywhere we go, just about, apart from the Barnsley show, it's like a 4-hour journey. And the amount of service stations we stop at, and you see people wearing various invert tops, and you're like, I bet they're going to the show. But
Scott asked me to take a pic with him in the queue at the C's. Don't chat shit. What was Spider-Man? Give Lee full credit. He said to me a couple of years running for Brighton, any accessibility issues, let him know. Yeah, Lee listens. That's why he listens, and then he knows full well, if he doesn't listen, then it's going to be across every Facebook group in the bloody world, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a double-edged sword. Is social media at times.
Yeah, very much. Mate, you make one mistake and you're the absolute devil. You do 100 things positive and nobody says anything. It says a lot about us as humans, really, doesn't it? What we're interested in.
It's like anything with that deals with retail. You're only as good as your last review, and nobody ever kicks up a fuss when everything's going right. It's only when things go wrong, and yeah, we're kind of used to that now.
Very true, Matt. Yeah, but the problem with Creatures from the North is the same person that had an issue 4 years ago will bring up the same issue 4 years later.
God, yeah.
And you can't even judge unless somebody's done something really, really, really seriously bad, which obviously has happened this year. And I will keep reminding people about that, the pictures that were sent around.
Yeah,
so it's in your mind. I think people can make a mistake, and they should be allowed to make that mistake, and then they should be able to continue doing whatever they're doing, because we all make mistakes. We've all not one of us in the hobby has not killed an animal by accident. That happened to everybody. It's just nobody wants to go, well, actually I did, but it was 2 years ago or 3 years ago. My keeping was crap, but I've improved. But I think going forward, when it comes to sellers, people will literally go, "Oh yeah, but in 1972, he sold me a scorpion that passed away. Therefore, he's shit."
Yeah, a lot of stuff gets passed around now. It is what it is. I mean, a lot of
well, the way I see it,
a lot of people have a lot of bad to say about Creatures of the North.
The way I see it was, he was sending out spiders. And me and Chris have spoke about this a few times. In Poland, you buy a pair of trainers, they don't fit, you can't take them back. If you buy a pair of trainers and they're fucked, you can't take them back. You buy a spider in Poland and you take it home and it's dead, you can't take it back. That's Poland.
With the trainers, there's a different thing. You can take them back, but they send them away for inspection, and then you have to wait weeks for the decision. Can they replace?
So when the guys come here, he thought the same things. But,
yeah, same rule applies. But in Britain, we have the customer's always right, and nowhere else in Europe really has that.
But then to start with, his packing was it was fucking shit, Tim.
Yeah, it was. It was awful.
You stuck with the man. You went in there and you said you've got to improve, and fuck me, he set the standard for packing spiders now, hasn't he?
Yeah, majority of it's fucking bomb proof. Christ almighty.
They're in the vials that have got the damp tissue in. They're then wrapped in cotton wool. They're then put in a polystyrene smaller box. They're then put inside another box with all your packing peanuts around it.
No, the tin foil in between that as well. There's tin foil after the first polystyrene box.
Yeah, it's tin foiled as well, so nobody can slate the packer.
Yeah,
Right.
it must
Scott,
just packing materials alone. It must cost him hundreds of thousands of pounds a year.
Do you have a chat in the Facebook group?
I have one?
No, Scott.
There is a Facebook group chat, but I'm rarely in it or monitoring it.
So right, we'll have to sort one out then.
So there is one link to the Facebook group. Yeah,
we should make a PG chat for people who are under 18s as well, because obviously they want to join in the chat.
The only issue we've got with that is if somebody poses as being under 18 and they're not.
Yeah, how do you police that?
So I'd rather.
Well, I mean, a chat which is kept kids
PG.
friendly, PG basically.
Yeah, I would need somebody in there all the time.
Couple moderators in there. We'll sort it out. But I was just wondering.
We'll have a chat. I would need somebody or a couple of people to be in there all the time, and I ain't got time.
Well,
that's a full-time job.
That in here, we can definitely chuck some in. We'll sort something out. Because I feel bad for kicking the guy out because he's a really nice chap in a hobby.
Maybe we can make a WhatsApp chat. You see, if somebody's under the age of 16 and they want to come on a live, I contact their parents to make sure it's okay, and I speak to their parents to make sure that they're watching as well, so they're happy with everything that happens on the live. If they're not, I will then delete whatever's that live. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. Exactly.
When Thomas first come on a live, 2 years ago, I contacted his parents first. Same with Ben. That's how I know his parents. I contacted his parents first. And then kept the whole live PG. But this is going back before I set the watershed at 9 p.m. Yeah. So it is a long time ago. But yeah, we'll have a chat over the next couple of days, Chris, and do something.
Okay.
Maybe we can do. Yeah, because the parents need to be involved. Because I know how I feel about Layla, because she's only 13. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, that's what I said. It could be more like Facebook.
Plus, then there's the law side of it as well. I know over 18s can speak to under 18s, but as soon as it goes anything other than appropriate, it's then breaking the law.
Yeah.
And then if somebody goes in there thinking they're laughing and joking, you know what I mean, then it's not going to be a laugh and a joke for a child. So I do need to,
figure something out. We'll figure out. That's why I asked about the Facebook chat.
That sounds like a fucking minefield.
Yeah, and I've got to do some serious thinking about that, and my head's not in the right space for it just yet.
Okay, no worries.
Maybe at the weekend, Chris, I'll give you a call and we'll see what we can do.
Well, like I said, the original question was, do we have a Facebook chat for the group? Because I don't know, because my chats are off. Okay.
There is a Facebook group chat. Yeah, quite a few people are in there. It's a bit more serious than the WhatsApp group, but again, I only go in there quite rarely because it kind of self-manages. The WhatsApp group, there's that many moderators that I trust wholeheartedly. That's always cool. And then the same with the Discord. The Discord's looking to be a little bit more geekier with the specific chats that are in there as well as, we'll see.
I have a question, Tim. How often do you feed your scorpions?
I feed them every 2 weeks on rotation.
What? So you
And
do
what
half
do you
1 week,
feed
half the next.
Yeah, half 1 week, half the next.
And what do you, what's it called? Feed them?
Mickey.
Majority of the time, roaches. If I want to get something eaten very quickly, normally crickets is my go-to thing. 'Cause majority of everything will take crickets, but obviously the largest species, crickets aren't going to do it. Apart from emperors, emperors will take just about anything that's small. I think about 60% of the diet is made up by termites in the wild. So, yeah, they will take crickets of almost any size.
An ant colony, a termite colony in captivity would be interesting. I know Ants Canada has done it.
That's a veritable minefield. If just 2 or 3 of those get out and start causing havoc, your subsidence of buildings and everything, depending on the species, of course, but a lot of them eat wood.
Do you find, just before we get to Matt's comment there, tarantula rockets, a lot of my scorps, if they've got their claws open and they've not been eating too well, a Mario worm rubbed on their inner claw, they clamp the claw down, and then they start eating it. Do you think there is? I'm going to use this term very lightly because I don't think it is, but it's got to be some sort of sensory organ that's there. Is there taste buds that run along the scorpion's claw?
I wouldn't say taste. That
some sort of
hundreds and hundreds of hairs all over the scorpion. You've only got to look at something like a desert hairy scorpion in the right light, and you'll see how hairy the animals are. It's like a hedgehog, but they're that fine. You've got to get them in the right light. But yeah, majority of them are covered with hairs, even the claws, the stings, everything. And it's all sensory movement. The minute they feel something anywhere near them, they'll act accordingly. Air movement as well plays a big part. You'll find most scorpions detect your hand going towards them before you're actually anywhere near them.
Do you think they're as sensitive as spiders are to ground movement?
Yes, definitely. 100%. When you see them, when you see the males approach the females doing a little dance, the little vibration, it's really, really subtle in some species. It just looks like it's set on vibrate. Obviously, there's no tapping or anything like a spider. It just sits there and vibrates constantly. You know, is that my eyes? Am I seeing that correctly? But yeah, it's like a real fine vibration.
Can you see the vibrations actually happening, or are they that subtle?
Yeah, you can do. Yeah, you have to look for it. Some of them, as I said, it's really subtle. On others, it's just a blatant wobble and a dance. It's like they're twerking to them. But yeah, Morgan, what was Matt's question?
Morgan Bingman says, "Big fan of Big T, your favourite son-in-law."
Is that Morgs?
Yeah.
Yeah, Matt's was longest any of your scorps have gone on hunger strike for. 9-10 months, easy, without batting an eyelid.
Wow.
Yeah. Providing they had drinking, still had access to water, everything was fine. But yeah, I've had scorps go best part of a year without eating.
What else
I get quite a lot of people asking me. My scorpion hasn't eaten for 3 weeks. I'm getting really worried. What am I going to do?
You get the same with spiders. It's like, mate, I've had a spider go over a year without eating.
Yeah.
It's like, but there's nothing. I mean, there's nothing you can actually do, is there? Apart from offering food. And if it eats, it eats. If it don't, it don't.
Well, yeah, Alan Hickens just gone through the same thing with his geniculata, hasn't he? He's just that was getting to worrying levels, and he ended up blitzing Mario worms in the blender to feed it, and he's managed to get it eating again. But yeah, that was touch and go for a while. That hadn't eaten in a long while.
I can beat that. After COVID, the Bristol show, I bought 3 spiders from Clayton Bugnut.
Yep.
Before he was Bugnut, which was curly hair, Asimani, and an Asimani male. 2 weeks after I brought them home, the Asimani female molted, lost 2 legs. After that, 2 weeks later, I fed her. She ate 1 roach, and she hasn't eaten since. So it's almost 2 years now.
Wow.
So I know. I remember.
Her abdomen is big and bold.
I remember. I think it was. I'm sure it was Troy that had a spider that molted and lost its fangs. So he blended up mealworms and locusts and all sorts and fed it that way for till its next molt.
Mental.
Crazy, isn't it? But it's amazing how we can get them through things as well as.
I mean, I've got scorpions in my care that I've lost several things. When I got them, there were rescues. I've got one with its movable finger missing on one of its claws. It's a big female, but I have to hand feed her. And I've got a Longimanus male that has the tip of its tail missing. But now I've only had that for 3 months. I haven't fed it yet because it's fat as hell when it came in, but it's got no chance of regrowing its tail. Scorps don't tend to regrow appendages. If it's something like the tip of a foot off a leg, it may do that. But if you cut one of its claws off or the end of its tail, then it's gone. I don't know how that's going to fare because obviously scorpions' arseholes are at the end of their tail, right behind the sting. So whether or not that's going to be able to carry on feeding and passing waste is up for debate. But it'll stay in my care and
see what happens.
Yeah, just let it
it'd be interesting to see what happens with that scorp. Whether having lost a tail, it can heal something, so it can still use still go for a shit. Let's say.
Yeah.
Matt says my Solanus looks like a Buddha wearing a kid suit of armor. It's only eaten a few times since C 2022 purchase and always been chunky. Calcodes I had went for 15 months not eating before she molted. Mark's tarantula's got a scent and agent that lost its fangs and he kept doing the same thing. Yeah.
So yeah, it does happen, but we shall see what comes of it.
Do you reckon in the forthcoming years you'll out? Where's your wife, Tim?
She's upstairs.
Do you reckon in the forthcoming years you'll outgrow the shed and have to get a bigger one?
This has already been remarked upon. No.
Do you reckon, would you extend on it? Or?
He's not going to go bigger. He's going to go down. He's going to dig a basement.
I'll just start digging down. There's all building up. I'm pretty sure I could fit another shed on the roof of that one.
While I've got you both here as well, Chris, when can you get up to Tim's next?
When do you need me to get up to Tim's next?
We'll have to have a word with Tim.
Road trip. There's a few people wanting to come as well, so
it must be a weekend.
I'm thinking Matt in chat as well. We could actually do like a mini stream from.
I think you've been overly confident of my Wi-Fi there, aren't you?
I've got 5G.
I'll bring my phone. My phone will cover the internet for that.
We've both got 5G on the phones. Don't worry about that.
Yeah, you're watering Hull.
Is it still the stab capital of the UK, Hull?
Still the what?
Stab capital of the UK.
More than likely, yeah.
Oh, I remember it being a bit nasty when I went up there. God, well over 10 years. Hey, Michael.
We won City of Culture in that time. It's all right.
Matt.
Hey, so Coventry's
Matt
won
and
that,
Tim,
right?
both of you. Would you be able to get to Matt to Scots? Because obviously he's living further away. And Tim, you take us all in on the 1st of July.
I will have to check, but yeah,
It's a Saturday.
I'll get back to you. I'll have to. I'll have to ask the
Chris,
boss.
wouldn't it make sense for Matt to come to me to pick me up to go to you and then go up to Hull?
Makes no difference. I got past Coventry.
No, we've got to go past from your house. It's north.
Yeah, but it's almost to Coventry because it goes down to M6 and then yeah. Oh man.
Do you go on the M42? You mean?
Well, yeah, M42. So it's almost Coventry. It's only fucking extra 10 minutes.
Oh, I got you.
Right, my phone is on 2%.
No worries.
Well, plug
so
it in
I'm
then.
gonna have to sign off pretty sharpish.
Yeah, plug it in.
Just go dead.
Plug it in.
Plug it in.
No.
All right. So before you go, Tim, well, there's still like over 40 people watching. Is there any other plugs that you want to give? Night, Nicky. Just before you disappear.
Yeah, I mean we've got nice some nice pet shops. Well, we've got one nice pet shop in Hull so far at the minute. Creature Cabin. They do lots of. They run all the venomous.
That's Dan, isn't it?
Yeah, that's Dan. Yeah,
he is. Yeah, I like Dan a lot.
Yeah, you want to go to one of the venomous training courses they run there. Really good. Some really nice stuff in that shop.
Matt says it's 4 hours if he doesn't come to the Midlands, so he might have to bypass the Midlands. I get that because he'd quit on it here, so he would come up the country here.
Just
it's north
train.
east, isn't it?
Trains are cheap.
Trains aren't cheap. When was the last time you got a fucking train?
I got the train to London about 2 years ago. It cost me fucking £9.
It's 4 hours if he doesn't come to Coventry, 5 hours if he does come to Coventry. Before Tim disappears, could one of the moderators please put his Facebook page link into the comments? That's Tim Baxter Scorpions. And if you've not already liked his page, please go over and do so. There'll be tons of scorps and where he's going and what he's doing on there as well. So you can
all my breeding and everything.
Stay in the loop. Because what I always find is you watch a live and you think, oh yeah, they're really cool. They've got some really interesting stuff. And then when you want something, you think, who did I watch on that live? What stuff was it? But if you've already got them, then you know. Costs about £100 for a 2-hour trip to London by train. Yeah, sod that. Osman's just put it in 100 times, and so is Jackie. Thank you both. Appreciate it.
So yeah, well, thank you for having me, and I'll
Tim,
you want to come Bristol?
Tim, you want to come on another one? You just drop me a message, dude. You know that?
Yeah, we'll do.
100%. 100%.
Yeah, I'll see everybody at the tables in Bristol.
Maybe when you've got a better internet cable. What I'll do is, I think Chris is going to drop you a link for one anyway. Is it an internet router that you've got in the shed, or is it a laptop, or?
It's a router, but it's I've got to go back to the drawing board with this now, and
so you need an Ethernet cable to go, a decent Ethernet cable to
that was
it's obviously a shit one.
Cable there was working. I just think it's the booster was a big pile of shit, but we'll have to see.
All right, no worries. But no, really, really appreciate your time, Tim. As always, it's been cracking.
I'm glad I've answered a few questions for people.
Yeah, it's been an awesome evening again. Really, really appreciate your time. And Megan popping in wherever she's gone. It's always cool when you get a bit of family pop in, isn't it?
Popping on.
Yeah.
What do you say, Chris?
Thank you for popping on.
Thank you for popping
Shut
on.
the fuck up, you fake beard fucking cunt.
Fake bird
Tim,
fucking
tell
cunt.
him. Flip him off.
Blah, blah, blah.
Blah, blah, blah.
You can't say blah, blah, blah.
Fucking hell. That's all you hear.
Oh shit! He's gonna get that a lot, especially in the WhatsApp chat now.
All the time. All the
I
time.
already get 9 creatures from
He
the
already
WhatsApp.
gets it all the time at Creatures of the North. He'll write a real long
You've got
list
to-
of what he wants to say, and somebody will just write at the bottom, I'm ever so sorry, all I got was blah, blah, blah from that.
Blah blah blah.
Shut the fuck up, you stupid wanker.
Blah, blah, blah.
Shut the fuck up, you fake beard cunt. Shut the fuck up.
So, yeah, I'll see you all at the tables in Bristol. Thanks for having us on.
You got to flip the birdie. You can't just not go without flipping the birdie. Cheers, brother.
Have you seen my new profile pic on Facebook?
Is it one of those ones?
The team all stood flipping the bird at the Capital show. That was a good pic. That. So yeah, anybody needs anything to do with scopes or questions answered? I'm at the end of a phone.
Yeah.
A male palmatus and one of the species Sumatra.
All right.
They are the Sumatras. If anybody like watching, like they are a very small scorpion, but the patterns on their back are just for me anyway, just amazing. Brown with the gold dots.
Yeah,
it's just like
both be available at the Bristol show. So
awesome.
All right.
But right, I think I might actually take the opportunity to close the live a little bit earlier than normal. I haven't got any plans for anybody to come on next week, so I am thinking. Is that Chris going through his OnlyFans? I am thinking more than likely an open mic night next week. But it would be good to see new faces on that next week as well.
Yeah, because we're fed up seeing all farts all the time. Yeah.
Sorry, it's all breaking up now on my end.
Don't worry.
What he's doing is just fucking grabbing something like, oh, my. Bad connection.
You mean, oh, I've got to go. Bad connection.
Yeah, I was just trying to find something.
No, I can see you, but it sounds all real distorted.
His missus has sent him a message saying, "You finished with that Wi-Fi yet, you bastard? Where's my cup of tea? I've got to go. It's breaking up." My conservatory you're sitting in.
It's his cable
Cheers,
trying to call back in. What are you doing there?
Blah blah blah.
Both of you. Right, I'll see you all later.
See you later. Take care.
Take it easy.
Oh man, he's an absolute legend, isn't he, Tim? Just such a shame that the internet in his shed didn't work, but hopefully Chrissy boy here can send him some links and get it up and running ready for next time.
Something fancy.
Something fancy, something that goes kaboom. But he's a lovely guy, Tim.
Yeah. Those scorpions that he has. Oh, I've seen some of the stuff that he has just got it.
I've reduced down my scopes because what I want to do is go. There's a female dubia in with my both communal that's not been eaten. I might take that out. Fucking valuable at the moment. I've just done an order for live food. I was like, fuck.
I remember when Lewis first came to me and we sorted the roach out and we were feeding spiders, and he's feeding a dubia female, and I was just like, what the fuck are you doing? Why the fuck are you feeding females?
Chuck the males in. Yeah, choose the fucking males.
How do you know that's a female? She says, look, you can fucking see 8 miles away. So now he doesn't feed females out as well. They're gorgeous. They're valuable.
Oh. Well, we've had Leo got diagnosed today as actually being autistic down the doctors.
How's they?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We don't get the written the
It's
written
good news,
diagnosis.
but bad news, but basically, yeah. Good, bad.
Well, his name's Leo, and he sees the world differently to everybody else.
Mm.
That's pretty much how I want people to kind of look at him. But he's got another assessment in 6 to 8 weeks' time, so they find out whereabouts on that scale it is, and then we get a letter to state that he's got autism. But we've had 3 years of a fucking nursery going, he's not autistic. So yeah, you can imagine there's a few tears in the house today when we got proved correct.
At least that's sorted now.
He's 4, nameless. He'll be 5 towards the end of the year. He's got his ADHD testing will come when he's 6, but it is what it is, isn't it? It makes no difference to us. The only thing is, I can't take him to a show because the risk of him pulling a spider or something off a table is really high, which is the only shame. But it's cool because, you know, he sees the world differently, so he makes everybody else around him see it differently. What was shocking, though, I don't know if you were there, Chris, when I mentioned it, but on the way to the doctors...
Yeah, I've seen it.
Yeah, that was... What the fuck? Welcome to Coventry.
I know. I've seen
there was a machete attack in broad daylight over an electric scooter when the wife was taking the little one down to the doctors outside the shop, so she had to run him across the other side of the road. She phoned me and I just literally said, look, you know, you're not in a position to do anything. Keep walking. Nah.
Terrible stuff.
No, Michael, well, he's basically received inappropriate care for the last 3 years. And they failed him big time. So he's not different, Scott. He's gifted. Yep. He certainly is. I think autism is probably the next step of the human evolution of the brain, to be honest.
Could be. Right. Are we finishing the live?
Yep.
Right. Thank you very much, everybody, for joining. I'm
Really
going to shoot off anyway because I'm knackered.
Really appreciate everybody joining. Whether we have a guest on next week or if we have an open mic night, I might do an open mic night because Chris will be here anyway. He ain't got a choice. I know you guys love it when me and Chris are on. Anyway, bouncing off each other and taking the piss out of each other. We still have to sort out some form of forfeit for myself for the whole BTS mystery box thing because, you know, it was my fault. My fault. It didn't go ahead, so I have got to do that at some point.
No, you just lost.
yeah, right. I just lost. How is, for everybody, before we close the live, is my camera all right, or does it just look shit compared to Chris?
My one looks shit this time.
Because looking on my phone, it looks awful. So I might have to try and get a USB camera. I know it's...
No, your camera looks good.
It looks all right.
Yeah, it looks good. My one is a bit more blurry because my one's only 720p.
I thought you said you don't say blur, blur, blur. My one's a bit blur. Blur, blur, blur. Look what, Chris.
If you keep talking shit, I'll tell everybody where you buy your beers from, and everybody will be buying them.
You already fucking know, and everybody bought them and turned up to BTS wearing the bastard things.
Well, I didn't tell them where I bought them.
Probably wish knowing you, where you get everything else.
Well, but I found. Well, that's exactly where you buy your shit. Now shut the fuck up.
I've got to treat you nice anyway because of the dubious.
What?
The dubious.
What dubious?
You said, Scott will get dubious sorted.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
This is how good my memory is lately. It's just been so much shit to be done. I'm like,
This does make me laugh, though. Everyone says, Scott's the ginger wanker. It's like, one, I'm half grey. And two, Chris will tell you, it's the lights and the camera that make it look ginger. It's not ginger in real life.
fucking bollocks, you're a fucking ginger wonker.
That's like a mousy brown.
You're a fucking ginger. I'm not on your team. I'm against you, bitch. Right, I'm going to be shooting off because I'm fucking knackered.
What? One of my oldest friends in the hobby, Leah's just gone, you are ginger.
Exactly. Because you're a fucking ginger.
I thought I could rely on her. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Look pretty ginger at bit. Yeah, but that was outside. It's definitely ginger. Oh my fucking god! The Rick and Morty vape. I got one. Love the lights. Yeah, 9,000 vapes on it. 9,000 thucky walks. This one's ice pop. I can't get on. I haven't found a mod with a tank that I like. So
I'll send you what I use, which is basically because you like the elf bars and all that bullshit.
Yes.
There is a stick which you can buy, and you pour your own juices in there from the elf bars, and it tastes exactly like that.
Exactly the same.
Exactly the same. And ends up cheaper because obviously it costs £3 for 10 milliliter juice. And yeah, which is fucking basically five of those fucking single-use vapes in one bottle for £3.
But like, I had the Elf Bar tasting ones before. They were coming 10ml bottles, and I bought like 5 on the discount thing, and they were just like nothing like them.
And the ones that I use, because I use the same ones and used to use, I just switched back to fucking my normal way. But yeah, they taste exactly the same as Elf Bars.
Scott, if you're doing an open
mic owns a
night,
vape shop. I try all sorts of shit.
Mike Stark says he's going to get out of work. I've just seen a blue flash. Mike said he's going to get out of work next week early if we're going to do an open mic. Should we just do an open mic?
Yes.
Yeah, we'll do an open mic next week then. Open mic nights, we don't always talk about inverts as much as what we do when people are here. It's a great time to catch up with people that come on, and you guys in the chat as well. But honestly, I can't thank you all enough, because I skipped last week. I was kind of worried that a lot of you might not turn up this week. It might sound stupid for you, but in my mind, that's just how it is. So I do appreciate you all coming along today. I don't know if you've seen the recent video, but I spoke about it at the end. Chris hasn't.
Sorry?
Seen my latest video.
What latest video?
Exotic Birdland.
Oh, fuck that shit.
So just skip to the end.
What's in there?
What I will say about, because it is men's mental health, so I am going to talk about it. A lot of people will say, oh, you get a message saying message me. That is it. It's 100% amazing when somebody does that, because you think somebody's looking out for you. When you're feeling really low, to message them back saying, actually, I do want to talk, ain't going to happen. The magic thing Chris did was just my phone rang and it was Chris. Do you know what I mean? So if one of your friends and they're not feeling too good is going through it, trust me, from experience, just phone them. Just phone them. Terry phoned me as well, Leah's other half. So those two boys really, 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 really helped. So again, if any of you guys go through anything, or if any of your mates go through anything and they are, just get in contact with them by phone. Phone people. Don't send a voice note. Don't message. Phone them up.
Exactly. That's how we work.
Essa, hi there from Finland. Hey man, we are. I do apologise. That's we are literally just finishing. But thank you so much for watching from one of the most beautiful parts of the world. Have you been Finland?
No. Yet. I don't know.
Not yet.
No. Yes.
No, it's on my bucket list.
Hold on, where's Finland? I think I have been.
I'm all right, Thomas. Thank you, dude. It's
My geography sucks today.
the depression, Thomas, and my thought process just wasn't right. And trying to find out who I was and where I am in the world, I thought I knew it had all gone to pot, and it was a bit weird. So, and Tara,
Yes, I have been in Finland.
Tara just leaves me alone because that's what I wanted to do. Because
Yes, I have been in Finland.
Osman says I maybe join the open, might not if it's not too warm. Osman, you don't have to join from your invert room either, dude. You can. Please do not come on the live topless though, Osman, because the girls will just go fucking crazy. Trust me, they will go fucking mental for it. YouTube has changed the monetization requirements to 500 subscribers, 3 valid videos, and 3,000 watch hours. Oh.
What?
Well, that's all. That fucking. I wish it was like that when I did it. I had to have 1,000 and then 4,000 watch hours.
Yeah, but the subscribers mean shit. It's actually the genuine fucking watch hours. That's what something means.
Do you know what?
It's
the
like
count.
having millions of subscribers means nothing.
The count, subscriber counts, and stuff like that. Trust me, Chris knows more about my algorithms and my numbers than what I fucking do. I'll ask him. But yeah, it don't mean much. The guys that come every Tuesday mean more by a long shot. Yeah, off to bed early for work. Catch you later. Night, Anton.
Good night, Anton.
So excited about my Scorpio Murius. Beautiful Scorp. Yeah, I think Chris is everybody's calculator. You can, Mike. It's just Osman's got like a body that the ladies literally will fucking go crazy for.
Even Scott is crazy about his body.
Yeah, 8 legs. But what I will say is don't push for it, because then it becomes a numbers game and it will show in your videos and stuff like that. And I know it's really
they don't pay less. It's just the fact that you have to get a lot of views to be paid decently.
I mean, I know it's very tempting when you've got like 100 subscribers to look at these sites that offer you so many subscribers and views for money. Don't do that either, because it will just kill you. It kills your channel's algorithm. I've seen it happen before, and you think, fucking hell.
It's like, it doesn't matter if you get demonetized. It's just the fact that if you get 100 views, it will mean nothing. You won't even earn pennies for that. You need thousands of views to earn at least something.
The money I get from videos is pennies. It's not even a pound. It's more
stupid, like fucking £2 for 1,000 views or something like that. Even less. And after, from that, they still take a tax off and anything.
If I didn't have people donating on lives and channel members, it would probably take me a year before I could hit the £60 threshold to get paid out from YouTube.
Yeah.
And yeah, night, Aaron.
So basically, yeah, 3,000 views.
How have you got 45,000 views on videos, but you're only on 3.5k subs? That's weird.
Yeah.
He did a dart video where he got thousands of views, but not enough likes. Just it's very, very weird how the algorithm works. But the likes and the comments really, really help. Esther says, I'm off to feed my scorpion. See you, bye.
Yeah,
oh, night,
thank you for joining. Right, Scotty, I'm going to leave you because I need to fucking get shit done as well.
Okie dokie.
One of those days.
I don't even know what I'm working towards money-wise. Don't even worry about it.
Fuck the money.
Yeah, it's for me personally at the moment. The money helps because I'm looking for work and all that bullshit. So I am exceptionally grateful of people supporting. But I think with YouTube, just don't push anything too much. So
put
do
it
your
this way:
videos
if you
because
get
you want
100,000 views, you're gonna get 30 quid. So then imagine how big you need to be to earn somewhat decent money on YouTube.
There's a vape channel that I used to follow, and he's got something like 3 or 4 million subscribers. When I first started watching him, it was probably about 8 years ago, and he used to get like millions of views, and now he's lucky if he gets like 1,000 or 2,000 per video. It's the algorithm doesn't always good.
Well, same as with TikTok, the algorithms is so messed up, and they keep changing the algorithm, so you can't really crack it anymore. There used to be like, let's say, even with TikTok, you used to use trending sounds and trending hashtags, and then you got open For You page and you got lots of views. But now they've changed that so badly that it doesn't mean you can even post a video with no hashtags and shit sound, and it will be pushed if the video quality is good and people stay watching it.
Mike Starks just put $20 on the chat and says, "Hey buddy, my gift to you." Thank you, Mike. Appreciate that.
Thank you, Mike.
Thank you, dude. 8 Legs said, "Sponsors provide goods, not cash." I won't have a sponsor. If you've got to sponsor, what that means is they will provide you an item. If you give it a shit review, they won't provide you with any others. So you're tied to that one person. If I'm going to do a review, I like to make sure that I've paid for it. Therefore, I've used it. I've tested it. I know bigger channels do it all the time and all the rest of it, but I don't know. I just want. I don't know, man. I just like those.
I'd be the same. I'd refuse the fucking sponsorship.
If you've paid for it, it's not a review.
Yeah,
I don't want to be tied to one.
Yeah, you're basically tied to a sponsor, and it's like, fuck off.
I mean, channel members get 15% discount off Luke. I've known Luke for a very, very long time now, and he's a trusted friend, really close friend, as well as being a seller. And I trust him 100%. Hence, when he said it, I said, yeah. Other sellers I might not be as keen as. It's like you see, I don't know, sponsored video. I got this mystery box for free. Isn't it amazing? And you got to say that. So they send you another one. It's like, nah. Their algorithm now is done with AI. It's what's known as a black box, and even the devs couldn't explain how. I don't know. I don't know how the algorithm works. Yeah, I've seen that, 8 Legs. What I will say though, 8 Legs, is when you do bioactive, put the clay balls in, then put a dividing barrier like a mesh, and then put your substrate on top. The clay balls are at the bottom, and they act as like a water area. So excess water goes down there and helps with the bacteria breathing. Also, for those species that you keep a lot more damp, you keep water in with those bio balls at the bottom, it will slowly evaporate through. But you do need a lot of air circulation at the bottom. It's like Ant HQ said to me, will you do, if I give you an enclosure, will you do a review? And I did, and I couldn't find any faults with it. But I had that for 3 months I was using that for. And I said to Caesar, I said, mate, I can't just open it today and give you a review. And he went, no, I don't want you to. I said, I want to use it first for 3 months at least before I can give an honest review.
Bye. I'm going.
Blah, blah, blah.
Shut the fuck up.
Yeah, I think we are. I think they are permanent choice, just like my Chinese.
Get off the
yeah, Christian, you'll find out the Chinese perspex doesn't get. It gets mentioned negatively a lot, especially when compared to the bigger companies. But who knows? We'll see how it all pans out. Anyway, I know I'm waffling shit because it's late at night. Next week we're doing an open mic night. This donut will be with us, no doubt, taking a piss out of myself again. Mike's going to hop on and say hi, I think he said. So that'll be cool. Osman, hopefully, is going to join us as well. So we'll have a night of inverts and piss taking next week, and go for it. Yeah.
Yes. We see you again on the next one.
Every time I do that, I always cut it there, but I laugh my head off after. Yes, yeah, we'll have a good laugh next week. I need it. But again, everybody that's been here since the start, amazing. Thank you guys so much. I really appreciate your support. Especially considering that I missed a Tuesday last week, which probably isn't a big a deal for you as it is for me, which is one of the first ones for like 3 years. But it happens, doesn't it? Shit happens.
Just be honest. You had shit because you're fat shit.
I had a shit going on up here, which I had to deal with. It's still there. It's just not as dominant. So I'm still, as you noticed tonight, I'm still not 100%, but we are getting there, which is the main thing. Exactly. But yeah, thank you again so much for turning up, dropping likes, comments, and everything you do for the channel. Honestly, I really, really do appreciate it. And I'm waffling shit now, isn't I, Chris?
You are. You're trying to fucking keep alive longer and longer and longer and longer.
So just waffle shit and see how long we can keep Chris here for. Hello, Chris. Blah, blah, blah. I'm joking. Night, everybody. Take care.